Learn shit on your own time. What up, folks? Learn shit on your own time. Oh, good job! Hey, he was talking to y'all the whole time. The whole time he was just rolling. He said a bunch of stuff. I was just letting people know. I was trying to let him know that you were trying to speak. What up, folks? Learn shit on your own time. Hello. Oh, what up? Good job! Hey, he was talking to y'all the whole. It's the Zah. You playing around. I got it. It came back and focus. Focus. Yeah. I think it's because I keep spinning in this chair. You look. Hey man,
Uh,
you still muted?
no, it's not muted.
It was still muted.
Even funnier, we were both muted at first, and then I unmuted you, and then look, bro,
Didn't unmute
it's
yourself.
going to be one of those lives.
Hey
I
man,
promise to try to keep it together.
men of a certain age, you
That
gotta
is
you gotta
fucking
start
wild.
taking your one-a-days. You gotta start taking your Metamucil to keep
Stop
your
it.
brain health at
Stop
peak
it.
level. No, it's a concern.
I
I
was
know we
trying to
never like to
watch.
think about it, but
I was
you
trying to
gotta keep those
watch.
things when you get up there.
No, I was trying to watch Bel Air real quick before we got on the
Hmm.
live.
Yeah,
I
hey man,
was
we
trying to get.
understand, bro. It gets hard.
I was trying to
It's
get our.
hard for a young guy like myself to,
I was trying to get a
do all of
surprise
this. So,
going. You know what I mean?
uh huh.
I was trying to finesse some things. That's all it is. And so I'm
Oh yeah,
rushing.
yeah. No, I
My
understand.
mind is still like trying to rush things. It's okay.
You had to take your midday nap. The oatmeal was still sitting on you.
I
You know what
hate
I'm
it
saying?
here, and I'm going to join a different podcast. Before we get into Snowfall, though, I wanted to give you the news that YouTube has given us the option to put podcasts on YouTube, like audio podcasts. Any thoughts on that?
Okay.
Any thoughts on us
Uh,
reverting back to our old ways?
well, I don't think that our audio only stuff was very popular here.
It never
So,
was because we never. Oh, because we posted it as a video,
yeah.
and
Well, but I
so
mean, that's essentially what you're talking about here is watching is or not watching on a visually consumable app. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll hit. Maybe it'll work.
maybe we might have to
People
try it.
people listen to podcast clips and stuff like that on Twitter, right?
This is
So
facts. This is facts. Troy
why
Spencer, my
not
good
YouTube?
friend, tell me if my audio is working now, because I apologize. So if you are in the chat and you can hear me now, please let me know because I'm a fucking idiot.
It's okay, man. All
Stop it.
right. Age comes for all of us. Father time is undefeated.
I need your camera to go back to blurring because I hate it
Nah,
here.
nah. No
Anyway,
thanks.
I have not gotten a response from Troy Spencer yet. I'm waiting. I'm holding off. Oh,
You
Polo Boy
good.
says I'm
Polo says
good.
you good.
Polo Boy, my guy. All right. You ready to start with Snowfall?
Yes. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Snowfall season
Crazy ass
6.
episode.
Bro,
Insane.
what? What?
Insane episode.
Appreciate you, Troy Spencer. Snowfall season 6, episode 5, Ebony and Ivory.
Ebony and Ivory
I was
live
really wondering.
together in perfect harmony.
I was really wondering why they named it this. And you know what? I guess I just thought it was a homage to our fallen legend, our white
To
soul
Bobby
brother legend,
Caldwell, man.
Bobby
Yeah.
Caldwell,
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Bobby Caldwell, man, for sure.
And I was disappointed to see what this was actually called Ebony and Ivory for, but we'll talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Veronique's mama trying to get Veronique to go on the race away from Franklin. V comes back with her mama's resume, but her mama is convinced that Franklin won't be able to break away from the game. So basically, Veronique's trying to get her to get away from Franklin. And that's when Veronique was like, what about all the fucked up relationships you've been in?
Hey fam, Veronique need to get her antennas all the way up. Cause right now, the only person talk about skirting is you. And you got the worst history in running damn away. And not keeping a cool, leaving her daughter in a Johannesburg prison.
Wild.
You know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
like let's not flip. Hey, you need to watch your back. I know I do. I know I do. She better get her joints up because it sounds like her mama already planning her exit strategy.
Yeah.
She's so much as she already said it.
Yep.
Like, hey yo, you already know what the game is. Like, we always have an exit plan. We always have a plan B. We don't go into that hoping and wishing.
Facts.
So you know it. You know it for a fact. It is 100% of a guarantee that she has a way to get up out of here, probably with all the cash in tow, if need be. Red alert. Red alert.
Facts. Polo Boy said they about to scam Big Saint, which is a 100% fact.
It's just not a smart move. Look at the lengths that he's going to get the Teddy. Teddy is CIA. Yeah, y'all are great at dinner parties and horse tracks. What do you think when a real killer wants you dead? Like, for real.
Okay, but to be fair, they just now, I think, realized, like, oh, this is going to be a lot harder than we thought.
They been knew Saint was a killer. You knew that. You knew that. Let's not play the hell out of crazy. Y'all knew. We already knew this, which is it. Kind of puts me off to their reaction, honestly, because it's like, why are y'all so surprised? Like, y'all know the history between these two men. You also know what he does for money in general, and what he's had to do to get as big as he is. So yeah, it was a very shocking moment. But is anybody surprised?
No, but we'll get there. K-Dot said, what up?
What up, though?
Saw K-Dot in the comments of that Chris Rock video slapping down a few people. That was fucking crazy. That was a fucking crazy video to deal with.
Hey, man. Yo. No, I love our audience, man. That was a good... It was very, very good time in those comments, for sure.
1,000%. All right. So, V calls Franklin, and Franklin states that he needs 24 hours because they had just found Teddy's father. Frank is
Didn't even say I love you or be careful.
Yeah,
I'm on my way. Click.
Emotionless. But he's got what he wants, so he ain't tripping. Frank is with Kane, and Kane is upset about who just tried to hit him, and he wants to take care of Jerome and Louie because of it, obviously. Before he leaves, Franklin sees a horse on the TV screen and seemingly thinks of Louie and where he might be able to find him.
Mm-hmm. Nuts.
Yep.
Nuts. He said, "Let me put all of this away, because you know what? I got a sneaky suspicion that if I get to Louie first, Jerome just might pull a Scully.
Could be.
He might just pull a Scully, and all of this will be over with.
Yeah.
Maybe. Since she's the one putting the battery in his back anyways, let me just cut the snake off at the head."
Absolutely. Ex-cop Buckley gets the word to Louie and Jerome that not only did the shooters miss on Kane, but Franklin was also there taking niggas down. Jerome accuses bro of using once again, which I thought was hilarious, and I thought it was the right thing to say, because he
you
might be
shit again, huh? Using again, huh? Your nose in that sugar, huh? Ain't no coming back if y'all, huh?
Yo. All right.
Jerome getting butt with Buckley, and I feel like he'll show one or two sides when he's being emasculated. He'll either lash out at people who he knows can't do anything back to him,
sure,
like Lee, or like who's the homeboy he knocked out the one time,
yeah,
right.
Mm-hmm.
He'll talk Buckley, he'll talk shit to them because it's like, hey, yo, I'm really tight right now, and you here, so you just about to catch this Anna.
Yeah,
you just about to get it. He'll just unload all his frustrations off at a person. He almost does it in this episode too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Polo Boy says Jerome is going to himself. He puts all his money on it.
Ah, man, that's sad. I hope not.
I hope not too.
I hope not.
Because as bad as it is to see him go full simp mode right now, that would make him weak to me. That would make him very weak.
I mean, I guess the setup of it tracks, right?
Sure.
What they're doing with the character definitely tracks. He seems like he's in a very desperate mode. He out here in plain sight this episode. He
Right.
outside.
Right.
Like he's a little overly unbothered.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a stretch to me to see that this track leads to him ultimately, not being able to wear the weight of it all. But at the same time, it's not the most climactic end for a character like Jerome, a beloved character,
Sure.
throughout the series. So I don't think they're gonna send him out like that. But
I
it's
wouldn't see
definitely
it
gonna be
coming.
something tragic between him and Louis.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can see that happening. All right. Wanda gets Leon some ice, and the hood comes to tell Lee that Dion dipped to his girl's house with the product. His homeboy ain't with all that inconsistency that Leon's throwing out, including wifing a crackhead. And
Sorry, Wanda.
like, sorry is not going to help
sorry.
it. Sorry is not going to help what you just said.
Sorry, Wanda.
And the streets need somebody to watch over it since there's a large number of people who would love to come for Dion's crown.
I thought he was gonna be like, all right, bet this is what we about to do. Everybody pack their shit. We off to Ghana tonight.
Yo,
Take
shipping
the whole project
the projects to Africa is nuts.
Take the whole jets. Take the whole jets to Ghana and let's get the hell out of here now.
Just pulling the building out of the ground and flying it right over to Ghana. Literally relocating.
Everybody, we going. I'm about to use the little money we got left to buy everybody passports, and we out here.
That is wild.
And then Lee would have been a legend. No, so yeah, right. I think he kind of knew, and he was probably lying to himself, but he kind of knew that when he went at D like that, it was going to be either take it or you got to leave. The same thing Franklin told him when he got back: either pick a side or leave. Get the hell on out of here.
Yeah.
Don't stick around if you don't feel like getting into nothing. And that ultimately ended up meaning more than just his conflict. He found his own conflict to make a decision on, and he made it. I feel terrible for Wanda. Because and it ain't nothing good gonna come from her being here. Like, being in Los Angeles at all at this time for Wanda is not a good thing.
No.
Let alone living in Watts, living in the Jets, where you plan to continue to sell drugs.
Yeah. Where drugs are all around.
Fam, what are you thinking, Lee? And he resisted it for a while, but honestly, like, when you picked that fight, where were we going with this? It ultimately all roads pointed to you becoming king again.
Yeah. And she called that out before they left. Like, that's why we shouldn't go back. But Polo Boy says Lee forgot the streets used to view him as a hothead. He thinks he's Malcolm X now.
I don't think he Malcolm X anymore.
Well, okay, so then he walked out the door and he was Leon again.
I don't think he Malcolm X. He's Stanley Tookie Williams now.
Big Lee is back.
He's not Malcolm X.
In full effect.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I'm not going to lie, as much as I liked him, coming to the realization that all this is bullshit, I also like Big Lee. You know what I'm saying? Coming out here talking about all you niggas is bitches. You know what I mean? I like that. Talk your shit, King. Also, clearly, Wanda doesn't like Big Lee, but we'll get to that later. Oso comes back to talk to his girl. Her friend tries to talk shit, but Oso just trying to get all his shit off to basically explain to her that we got a couple options. We can run, or it's witness protection.
I must have been all lost in translation. Because in my mind, in my head, I thought she already knew he was under investigation. I thought she already knew he was being watched. Like, okay, so when we was about to run, and there was a recording device in the house. And then I came back home after all that shit happened. Right? And I told you that it's not Teddy that's listening.
Mm-hmm.
Where did your mind go?
Okay, this is what
Did you think that the recording device just fell into your house, or what?
No, this is what happened. So she does know that they're being watched by the LAPD, And that's why he said they're going to move on Teddy tomorrow. But what she didn't know is where he went when they went to Costa Rica or wherever the fuck for a couple days, I guess. She had no idea where he went
Oh,
during
so
that
she
time.
must have bounced while he was in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
wherever they
Oh,
were during,
well,
or yeah, however long they were gone, she
yeah.
didn't know
Also,
where he was.
I mean, you can make a call home or something. Nigga. Say something. You got
Yeah.
time to pull over and talk to the DEA agents. You know what I'm saying?
Now that's my interpretation
And
of
then,
it. So I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I understood it.
on top of that, right? So he's telling her, he like, all right, bet. So we got to go into witness protection. We just got to change our names, but they'll keep us safe. I can't do that. We're not doing that. Okay, well then, fuck it. If you leave it, you need to get gone tonight. Like,
Right.
pack a bag, take what
Oh
money you
no,
got left,
I don't have any
get out of
money.
here.
I don't have any money
I'm
to
not
just
doing
run.
that. We broke. What am I going to do with 2 kids? Hey, listen to me, Linda, honey, listen. It's door A or door B. Ain't no C. Choose.
No, she wants door C.
Like, fam. She was sitting there saying that, and I'm sitting there watching, and I was like, man, I would have busted in the middle of the night, dragged her ass in the car, and we'd have been on the road.
Right.
Like, I'm making the decision for you. Because you're playing right now. You out here looking for a third option. Ain't no third option. You want to run with the cops, or do you want to run?
I don't want to do either. I just want to stay here with my family.
Okay, bye. I'm taking the boys. We out. We go. You play too much. Play too much. Talking about find a way. Orderly. Orderly. I'm gonna find a way.
Chillmonger's in the house. He says
What up, Chill?
He said I would happily correct you, me, if he watched the show that we were talking about. And he says that I was wrong. Totally wrong. That's okay, Chill, because I'm going to get Marcus to fight you over Monica Rambeau. Are we making that happen?
What now?
Yeah, I'm going to make you fight him over Monica Rambeau.
What?
Is that not happening?
It could be a tag team.
He never responded.
Me and Rambo versus him and Carol Danvers.
YouTube boxing? Are we filming our own version of YouTube boxing?
Why are you pimping me out like I'm fit?
Don King, big dog. What's up?
No, now I don't feel comfortable about it. Now I feel like I'm being taken advantage of.
It's the big brawl on YouTube, baby. Chillmonger. Marcus 2 Raw. Only live on YouTube. He says, did we set the date? Oh, he said put a date on it. He said put a date on it.
Hey, Chill, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
All right, back to Snowfall. Teddy knows what's going down with KGB Man, and so he's talking to Big Boss about it. And we'll talk about the scene later. We'll get into what they find on KGB Man. That was so fucking awkward.
It was just random too. Like, why does it?
So fucking random.
I guess it's kind of late to be. It's late in the timeline for that to be something
shocking,
kind of huge, or that. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. If we're going to revisit it, I don't want to get into it now.
Chill says fine at Toronto, Ohio, February 31st, which is not a place or a date.
Or a date.
So try again. All right. Franklin pulls up on Sissy to get her to run as well. Because she believes that she played a part in all of this, she rightfully feels guilty and doesn't want to. She wants to stay out.
Late in the game for this.
Yeah,
it's a little late in the game for this, Sissy.
War is happening. War is coming.
For this. You tried to enlist the KGB to kill a CIA agent. The moral high ground is gone. It's washed away. Like, you're underwater. You know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, you do have to, if you truly want to acknowledge the wrong that you've done to your community, to your people, if that really means something to you, then you need to be honest about it. You know, don't turn your back on the things that you actually did it for, which was the advancement, the generational wealth, a chance to make it out of the circumstances that you had going on, right? Yeah. Don't turn your back on that now that you have to look back on the damage it caused. You knew that damage was happening. Mm-hmm. Don't pretend that you were oblivious to it on your way up. You accepted it on the way up as collateral, as acceptable loss. So if you're truly going to atone or account for the wrong that you've done, the least you can do is be honest about it. Sissy trying to hide out in a homeless shelter and cover up her wrongs with helping the junkies. And while that's honorable,
Mm-hmm.
it's not. That ain't work. That's not it.
Plus, what happens when you get shot up?
It. What, you gonna die a martyr? Oh, great, great.
Now those people
She
have
died
nowhere to
doing what
go
she
because you
believed
didn't
in.
plan anything out.
I'm so glad that she went out with Tech 9 bullets all up through her body, doing what she believed in.
And as Polo Boy points out, wasn't Sissy just playing gangster like episode 1? What's up with you? What's up with you? Stop.
We doing this or not, Frank Saint? You doing this or not, Saint? Now she like, I can't do it. My heart. It was Wanda. Man, it was probably Wanda coming back and seeing what was going on with her.
Yeah. Yep.
But you know some more junkies. You know some more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
her line of work?
off your son's product.
Oh yeah, that too.
You know some more.
Yeah. Oso and Teddy meet up, and Oso immediately fesses to what happened in the bar. Oso tries to tell bro to move the coke, and Teddy tells him that he already did it because he saw you with KGB man at the bar. What the fuck was up with that?
Do my nigga in. He had one of them concoctions. He had the same mix that he gave the dude that replaced him in the beginning of last season. He had that mix for my boy. I was like, hey Oso, get your head up, fam. Keep some distance.
Yeah.
He got that sticker in his pocket. But he
sang immediately.
That saved his life.
Yeah.
That saved his life.
Yeah, literally, Teddy tells him at the end, like, look, I'm glad you said that shit, because I was going to have
that you told me. Thank you. He was like, it's about to be over, my friend.
1,000%.
I'm going to bury you tonight.
Veronique and her mama are scamming what seems to be a retirement home. V goes and talks to the lady about getting her mama's old ass in the home, and as they walk off, her mama goes to check on Teddy's pop, who has made his way to the courtyard. Any thoughts on that little short scene so far?
Her wig in this joint was terrible. First of all, I don't know. I don't be knowing nothing about wigs, right? You can fool me. That shit was terrible. Like, man, look at this 40-year-old woman in here with this horrible old woman wig, trying to blend in. But it
wig
worked.
Or my Jerome wig? Choose one.
Even.
Okay.
Even.
Right.
It's a toss
I'll take
up.
that. I will take
toss
that.
Up. Apparently, Mac likes chocolate. Go figure. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, we will get into that. We'll get into that because we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it through the next few seasons.
I was definitely getting I'll wave at you from the porch, but don't come in my yard vibe.
Facts. No, I was just confused, but we'll talk about it. All right, DEA loading up straps. The DEA were like loading up straps ready to get Teddy, and also called to tell them that Teddy's already moved the product. When asked why, Oso tells them the truth that he's worried about the KGB.
Hey fam, okay, pause. You're a DEA agent, right? You're a government official, right? But you're DEA. You're not CIA. You're not Secret Service. You're not Homeland Security. You are DEA. At this point, are you not telling yourself, you know what? I think this is above my pay grade. I think I need to take my ass home. I think I need to leave all of this shit alone and stop fucking with this man because I know I had this bone to pick, right? And it was one thing to start chasing around the CIA. It's something altogether when you talking about the CIA chasing the KGB, chasing your guy. Okay, I'm out. There are other drug dealers to find. There are other people selling drugs in America right now. Okay? It's somebody else we can work on. It doesn't involve Russian spies.
Yes, especially when you only have said vendetta over the reporter that Teddy killed. Isn't that what spearheaded his whole storyline into this?
The reporter, but remember he was only working with that reporter because he also killed old girl in season 1 over all of this shit. That agent was working with him.
That's a fact.
That was his partner.
Yeah. Okay.
She got killed in season 1, so it's kind of like a collective thing. It's been building for him. But fam, the shit you playing around in is not domestic, okay? And it's a lot bigger than just drugs. He trying to make his career. You about to make your grave.
Facts. Big facts. Kane's bro got lookouts on the stable ready for Louis' bitch ass to pop up. And they're watching all day and all night in this cramped ass car. I just thought that was nuts.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's obvious as hell. Somebody's going to see them. If they've been sitting there for days, somebody's going to see y'all. And then second of all, yeah, she not coming light. Like, she not stupid. She knows that she's wanted. She knows that people is looking for her. So there's gonna be somebody around. There's gonna be a fight to get her. Plus, you want her alive? You don't want me to just put her down? Like, it's much easier for me to shoot her and run away than it is for me to capture her while she's surrounded by security.
True that.
Why we taking all these risks? But you know, if well, we'll probably get to the previews here towards the end. But it seems like we might have snagged the fish.
Yikes. Polo Boy says he forgot about the Asian reporter. Effion00, what's good with you? He says Franklin Saint is unhinged and he loves it. Which, for the record,
but see, I don't even think he's that unhinged right now. I don't think he's that unhinged, and here's why.
He's justified, but I think he's a little unhinged.
He's angry. He's extremely motivated. He's pressing. But what is he doing that he shouldn't be? What moves is he making that seem illogical?
I don't think any move is illogical. Well, you know what? Okay, so I think having Teddy's dad for leverage makes sense. Killing him so quickly, maybe
here's the thing.
Best, a little
you can't hold him. You can't hold him. You got his dad. Cool. Y'all broke him out of the retirement home. You can't hold him. You can't stay there. People are looking for him now. Not to mention, he's a CIA agent, or former CIA agent's father. So he just has resources to find you if you stay in the same spot for too long.
That's
right.
That's
this has to happen now. You either gonna give me my money or I'm gonna kill him.
Especially
and on top of that, I already owe you. I want to kill him. So just give me the excuse.
I think they actually took him somewhere that he was familiar with, the dad. I can't remember. I don't think it was his house, but they took him somewhere that he was familiar with, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I thought I heard.
Did they say that? I don't think anybody said
that. I heard something about that, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Chillmonger will correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure. Apex Rookie says, I'm just here for y'all algorithm till y'all get to Fresh Prince. I never watched Snowfall. We appreciate you. Thank you.
That's a first.
Yeah.
We usually get a lot of people telling us they haven't seen Bel Air and they only watch Snowfall. Yeah,
because Bel Air is today. So people don't got enough time.
I guess.
Effion says, yo, what if the next episode Teddy calls him and says, or confronts him and says his father is not dead though? Well, first of all, his dad would be a thug if he survived that. An absolute thug, super thug at that. That would be nuts.
Hey, ain't no motherfucking way. Ain't no way.
His pops would be gangster at that.
He's the Walking Dead if he alive. He's a zombie.
Yeah.
Like, for sure.
Yeah. But it's possible. It is possible. But
no, it's not.
No, only possible in the sense that it's a not real show. But other than that, no, he didn't survive that.
Okay.
It's fictional, but it's got to be somewhat real.
That dog,
it's got to be somewhat
impossible. Boy coming back like a burnt corn dog. It's over.
Oh, he meant Franklin's father. He meant Alton. What if Teddy came back and said that Alton was still alive? That would be nuts.
Whoa!
Yeah.
That'd be a hell of a twist. That would be a hell of a twist.
That would be. Save
you
that
think
for...
I kill your father?
Save that for
but
episode
you know
10.
what, though? Teddy might say some shit like that just to fuck with Franklin's head. He might say that, and it actually be true. But the reason why I have a problem hanging on to that is Sissy. It's Sissy.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Like, I don't think they give us that part of the story, because if Sissy felt like he was alive, she would still be in Cuba looking for him.
Yeah.
He would have enlisted Franklin to help her find him in Cuba. So like, it's hard for me to hang on to the chance that Franklin, or excuse me, that Reed or Teddy didn't kill Alton. And also in the beginning of season 4 or season 5, they had that conversation. Remember Reed and his handler, like, you think you can still work with him after you did what you did? Like, you think it's just gonna be cool? You think it's gonna be sweet?
I was gonna say maybe for whatever reason he pretended that Alton was dead, but I'm like, how would that benefit him in any kind of way? That would just make things
Like,
worse for
he's
him.
already away. He's in Cuba. So like, only people like you can find him. How much more away could he send Alton?
Yeah.
And then at that point, why wouldn't you put him with Sissy?
True that. True that.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay. Teddy's pop tells Veronique's mama that she can't smoke. While Veronique's mama is being an enabler with a cigarette, I don't know why she was peer pressuring him into taking a cigarette. He tells her to
One of my lungs is gone. It ain't gonna take the other one here.
I was like, Jesus, relax. It's just a cigarette. They have a chat that leads to Bro admitting he has 2 sons. After complimenting her looks, she lets that cracker know that black don't crack. And then he provides his life story. And then she kidnaps him under the guise of getting away from the home. Too quick. Too fast. We're trusting people that quickly?
Well, he's about to die, and he likes chocolate, so he said this might be his only chance left.
Stop reminding me that apparently he likes chocolate, because that is fucking weird.
What? Okay,
no, I mean, it's true. But I mean,
circumstance, like you in a retirement home, this random person come sit next to you, forcing cigarettes down your mouth, and she say, "Let's go." What is the only reason why you're leaving, Josh?
I know that that's the case. I just, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird.
He wanted some Hershey before he left this earth.
All right,
one more time, baby.
Anyway,
knew I shouldn't have been going to the meetings with them white hoods. I knew this was the way. I knew it.
Fuck a Karen, give me a Keisha. Alright. Big Dion is pussy and thinks that he can run to Louis and Jerome. Well, actually, Jerome, but they tell him that they sell to whoever's buying. Dion calls Louis a bitch and Jerome kicks everybody out, which at that point I thought I didn't know what was about to happen to Dion.
Hey. First of all, Unc is gone. Like, he's detached. He's clearly out of here. And then that was nuts. That actually made me chuckle. Because it's like Louis has worked so hard to put out the appearance of a boss, right? Everything she wants to do. She wants to be in charge. She wants to be out front. She wants to be the biggest, yada, yada, yada. She's the boss. And time after time after time, it is so easy to deflate her ego just like a man. Right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how men who lean on their bravado and all of the hyper masculine stuff, isn't it equally easy to deflate those type of people?
Yes.
It's not strictly a gender thing, because we're witnessing it in real life, or real time, not real life, excuse me, in real time with Louis, because it's so easy. Only thing you gotta do is call her out her name. It's done. It's excuse me? Oh, what happened, boss? What's up?
Yeah. No,
you may snap your fingers and have his head taken off or something. Why are you going back and forth with this man like you a second-class citizen? A minute ago, you was the Queen of Sheba. What happened? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Very, very interesting case study there.
Yes. Okay. So Dion thinks he's taking the projects back in a couple of days, but Jerome tells him that the young niggas got no respect and no code. But Dion believes that it's just Jerome that's a dying breed and that they're not the same.
He's absolutely right.
I think that was foreshadowing, and I now believe that Jerome is dying at some point. Just for what it's worth.
He was absolutely right. First of all, fam, you bought some drugs from somebody and then set them up. You took their money, sold them some product, and then you sent them on their way to die. So, ain't shit real about you. You are absolutely not the dying breed that Jerome is talking about. You are not. You're not.
Facts.
Secondly, I don't know. Again, this damn project war that's happening in the peripheral of the main story. I don't know what are we doing, and I think that's really what Jerome is getting at. Is like, what is the end of your war? See, like, at least when we talking Louis versus Franklin, there's an end to that. There's a reason, and there's a goal at the end of it.
Yeah.
What y'all doing? You excuse my language, for lack of a better term, you just niggas shooting each other in the project. That's what you want for the rest of your life? That's it? You kill Leon and somebody from Leon crew come back and try to kill you, and then somebody from a crew try to come back and kill Leon's homie, and then they go back and forth until everybody dead. That's the goal? Yep. So you can be king of the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
He's absolutely right. That's not him. That's Jerome. You right.
No, that's a fact.
Primitive.
That's a fact. But I just feel like in the wording that, yeah, no, you are the last of a dying breed. I don't know. I just felt like it was weird. It was weird foreshadowing, I felt. Anyway,
I got hope for Unc, man. He got to redeem himself for all of this nonsense he's allowed.
He could also redeem himself before getting shot. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't want it to happen, knock on wood, but it's a possibility. And then to note that at the end of the scene, he dips out. All right, I hate that I wrote this in my notes because I'm telling you that I hate the fact that their entanglement is a thing. But I'm going to read the notes as I wrote them. Veronique's mama is throwing that ass in a circle to Little Richard. And Teddy's pop wants to make a play, but his cancer makes him call a timeout. She asks about his sons, and he admits that his younger son died and didn't want to talk about Teddy until she presses further.
See, that's why he didn't want to smoke them cigarettes. He said, man, I got enough in this one lung to give you about 5, 6 of them things. And it's going to be over with. So leave these cigarettes alone. Maybe I can get that up to 9, 10 of them good ones, them deep ones. And I can go out a happy man.
I'm going to leave that where it is. Wanda sees a woman arguing with her son and tries to press her, but Sissy breaks it up and gets the kids out of there. Wanda admits that she admires Sissy for what she does and how she fights for her family and wants to be her. But Sissy, who's not even trying to stand up and stay alive, fucking with Teddy, realizes that she actually commends Wanda and believes that she should be more like Wanda. Which I thought was a decent
nice little moment, I guess. Yeah. They're trying to give Wanda something to do that's not crack. Literally, like, they keep teasing us with it. They trying to give her something to do.
Yes. Yeah, that's facts. All right. Jerome pulls up on Cartier Fareed from Power.
Yay, Cartier!
I want to know how Cartier got from there to DC and then to New York. Because obviously, if it's the timeline a little bit,
they're not talking to each other. They're not in the same universe.
I think they are.
I guess technically, they are in the same timeline, right? I guess so.
This is literally 86, and they are like what in the early 90s. He made his empire very quickly in DC.
But right after this, he started scamming and he became a drug kingpin.
Yes.
Okay.
Duh.
Cool.
And then he started moving art in New York and slapping motherfuckers
shortly after this.
That move his art. Showmonger says Lateran Milton smoking with cigarettes and doing hood rat stuff with his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Just throwing that out there. Well, literally, Teddy's pop is doing hood rat stuff
smoking cigarettes. He's smoking cigarettes.
With Veronique's mama. All right. Seems like Veronique's mama is now pillow talking with Teddy's pop. Veronique's mama admits info about V, which seems to be the first time that she's been vulnerable about everything going on with V. And Teddy's pop feels like she's done a good job, which is probably a lie. He's probably lying to
bullshit.
Which makes things... The whole thing was just awkward, but I know he was lying
to his skins. Bull. It kind of made me feel like it was a setup. Like, she kind of led him into that conversation. Kind of knowing where, politely he might take it. and knowing that his daughter or knowing that her daughter is listening, I kind of felt like it was a little bit manipulative because where he was going with that is not reality at all. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to keep my eyes on I much more have my eyes on Veronique's mama than I do at Veronique at this point, because she's shown me a little bit more of that flight reaction than Veronique has at up until this point.
Yes, I would agree with that. Franklin lands and he's getting a shit ton of pages as he gets into the car with V. I thought that was interesting at that point. Jerome is drunk and talking with Cartier Fareed and is catching up with him and talking about Magic and Kareem. Apparently, he'd just seen the first season of Winning Time and is feeling a little reminiscent. He's getting paged, and as Cartier sees a car circling around, he tells him, "Hey, man, you can dip if you want. You know, we got everything handled here." Jerome notices the car and pulls the strap out of the trunk. But clearly, Cartier Fareed don't want no problems. Jerome low-key a bitch for trying to make him upstrap.
Yeah, like, bruh, why are you taking this out on me? Don't take it out on me.
Not only me, but like my business that I've started with other people.
Everybody else in here. Like, yeah, I know I just been kicking it with y'all, changing tires and shit, getting drunk. But now we about to shoot, so what's up? Like,
you scared to go to church?
Rambo?
Oh, man. And then he gave him that cash. And he was like, you needed much more than I do. And then just dipped off. I was like, come on, bro. Chill out.
I mean, he was being prideful about it at first in front of everybody. But, nigga, you need this money. Take this damn money. Stop playing.
No, I mean, sure. But
Plus, he owed him for the scene that he just caused.
True. But what's even more interesting is he took that money and he bought some drugs and moved to D.C.
Shut up.
Because he's Cartier Fareed. He started an empire with that money. Teddy got mad motherfuckers watching KGB Man as he leaves the spot. That's when Teddy makes a move and seemingly tries to get intel. Teddy then goes into his closet and finds some magazines and realizes that bro is gay. Which, I mean, that's cool and all, but why was that such a big scene? Like, why was that such a, oh?
I don't know. And then it was weird because, like, all right, you're not just going to have your official documents, your passports, your weapons. You're not going to have that stuff just sitting around. Like, that's the lengths that you're going to hide your gay porn? Like in the night? Let's just say it's 86. Late 80s. I mean, damn, and you in California?
Yeah.
Like, hide it in a bookcase, hide it. Like, not under the bed, under the mattress, in a closet somewhere. Fam, a broken down shelf filled with you know, nudie man magazines.
Which at that point I'm just like, is Teddy like freaking out because he thinks bro is like checking him out? Like what? Like why is he so like, oh, he's gay?
I don't know very much Russian history, so maybe homosexuality was punishable by death at a certain point or something. I mean, I'm sure it was at some point.
Sure.
I
don't know. Jerome is drunk, chilling on his whip, and gets paged again. He then throws his pager away. Which, okay, I guess that just means you're not part of the game anymore.
Because he don't want to talk to Louis.
Right.
He know who paging.
Fair enough.
I don't want to talk to you.
But to throw the pager away? Pagers were expensive.
Man, it'd be like that.
Veronique's mama is having another convo with Teddy's pop. He then explains feeling like less of a man once he got too old. She then kisses him and explains that her daughter and son-in-law are joining them, and Franklin apologizes for the rude intrusion. I'll be honest, for a scammer, Veronique's mama caught feelings, or seemingly caught feelings, and Teddy's pop definitely caught feelings way too quickly. I
don't know if it was like caught feelings, but she was definitely empathetic towards him and his story because they kind of matched. And
you're a scammer. You don't have feelings. With him.
No, I mean, she's a human being. And I already told you what it was with him. He's on death's door.
Sure.
He's never tasted the lovely fruit of a Nubian princess, and he said, "Yes, Lord, today bless me." And it was finally about to go down.
Okay. All right. Well, when you put it that way, much more understandable. I get it. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Spencer says, I have a theory. Mel is going to return at the end of the season, and Veronique is going to turn on
Hey,
Saint because she was working with Mel. Which doesn't.
that's the second
It sounds.
time somebody has brought up Mel. Y'all
It
really think
sounds
Mel about to come
crazy,
back?
but the way that they ended it with Mel does leave it wide open for her to do some crazy shit like that.
We kind of
I
late
don't.
in the
I
game,
was to say I
though.
don't know that
We
I
late in the
feel
game.
that would be the payoff I'm looking for, but it does leave it open to the possibility.
I don't know, man. That would get very almost
Complicated.
comic booky.
Yeah.
It would get very comic booky for her to just pop out at the last minute, and I
Yeah.
don't know.
It'd be a
I
little
mean,
much.
it's possible. It is
They'd
possible.
have to write it really well, and I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Franklin plays it off as if he's here to get the two back to the home, Veronique's mama and Teddy's pop. Teddy's pop takes blame for them leaving. He then calls Franklin intense, just like his kid, which I thought was funny because he's intense just like
Reminds
Teddy.
me of my boy.
Yeah.
Oh, does he, Mac?
Okay. KGB man makes it home and seemingly notices that the door has been cracked a little too much. I'm like, damn, nigga, you are that particular that you noticed
No,
some
he
shit like
had
that?
it. You ain't see him in the beginning. He measured the door with his 2 fingers,
I
and
missed
now
that.
it's his way of
There was a
knowing.
part of the scene that I missed, and I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
So he measured it, and he was like, "All right, there's gonna be 2 fingers. That's his tail. If he did everything that he's supposed to, because these are two secret agents. They know each other's things. They're both secret agent men. So
Yes.
he's like, if he does everything that I would do, he still wouldn't think to measure how far the door is open before he opens
So
it
he's
up. He'll just swing
super
it open.
duper OCD, even for an agent, apparently.
Like, I'm gonna catch you. If you don't leave no footprints or nothing like that, or slam the door where somebody can hear you, I'm gonna still know you fucked with this door."
Fair enough. All right, last scene. Teddy talks to Big Boss about Mans being gay, which was nuts. Teddy receives a page from Kansas City. Knowing that he has some family in Kansas City, Big Boss tells him that he should answer it. Unfortunately, Franklin is on the line. And with that, surprise, we got the clip. Want to watch it? Want to watch it?
Can you give me 2
No.
seconds, please?
No.
Please.
No.
Well, yep. Just a sec. Audience, please give me a moment.
I
and we
am
will watch
literally going to watch the clip without you.
Please don't do that. I'm going to be gone for 20 seconds max.
20 seconds? You got to entertain the people for 20 seconds?
Yes, do jumping jacks or something, or tell them that you watch
Jumping
movies.
jacks is not happening. I'm just letting
Just
you
tell
know
them
that.
that you watch stuff. Lie to
You just muted yourself as you said
lie
that.
to them about the movies that you see.
I've seen movies. All right, y'all. He is obviously a loser for doing that. Right when I was about to show y'all the clip, we are going to try to set up this clip. Again, I've been having technical difficulties as of the beginning of this, so give us just 1 second. We will go ahead and show the clip at the very end of Snowfall, episode 5. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat below to the side. Ready to talk about Bel Air as well, because Bel Air was funny as shit. Where's my guy, Apex Rookie? Hopefully he is still in the chat, because I'm ready to talk about what happened in Bel Air. That shit was funny. That shit was hilarious. All right, folks, give us 1 second. We will be right back. You pull up right as I ran out of shit to say and then put the Be Right Soon clip on there. Literally 5 seconds later, here you come.
Well,
Jesus.
why you couldn't just keep it going? Just
because
talk.
there was no people in the chat. That's why. I ran out of things to say. I mean, there's probably people in the chat. They were waiting for you to come back, bro. Anyway, clip time.
My bad, y'all.
Clip time. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Where is the clip? Nope, I lied. I don't have the clip anymore. There we go. Boom.
All right, you know what? Why don't you go and put him on the phone? Yeah, he's
Bro.
on the phone. Let me talk to him.
This shit was nuts.
My account's the same as when you took it. Call William. Tell him to transfer it all back. Do it now.
He looks so shook.
Your pops gets to walk out of here
Run
like nothing
my
happened.
money.
You don't want to do this.
This is the last time I'm gonna
break
say
my
this to you.
I said, run me my money.
My motherfucking money. Do it right now.
Bro, he is unhinged. He's clearly unhinged here.
Please, Franklin, don't, please.
It was the most incompetent soldier ever lived.
Alright, so I had to cut this part. YouTube is gonna trip over me showing that. This part was gangster.
What was that? Hey, Frank.
Go read, listen to your dad.
did you just do?
Go
You
for
still
your
want
daddy.
to talk to him?
Huh?
Go ahead, Teddy.
Yeesh.
Talk to your pops.
Ooh, Don DeMarco. Don DeMarco.
Dad?
That shit was nuts. That shit was nuts. Best scene, I think so. One of the best scenes, at least so far. Besides the,
Hey, man,
the
listen.
cooking the nigga on the stove was nuts.
Mhm.
That was nuts.
Now, if you want to say he's deranged for that, I can get on board with that because he could have pistol whipped him. He could have just put his hands on him and then waited for him to hit him back, and then it would have been over, and it really would have been done for Buddy. But you know, he has a flair for the theatrical, so he made him a face burger.
Out of nowhere obtained the flair for theatricals this season, which
I
I'm here for it.
don't think so. I think Saint has always had a flair for the theatrical.
Sorry. He really loves it this season though. Like it was sparingly before. Now it's like every episode there's something.
Recall after they created their organization, right? After Kev died, they reorganized. Man Boy was part of the organization. You remember when they had that big ass meeting at the warehouse?
I do.
What did he do at the warehouse? This was years ago. Franklin was still a young boy.
Yeah, I know.
What did he do at the warehouse?
I'm not saying that he doesn't have a
Shot
flair for
homeboy in the
theatrics.
head for talking out.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a flair for theatrics. I'm just saying it's extra turned up this season. Is it not?
Man, it seems completely adequate. It seems like his normal level of turned up when he needs to be.
Well, look, I'm okay with it because it's making the season one of the best. One of the best.
Yeah, sure.
And it's very apparent now that they've clearly kicked the can from season 5 over to season 6 to make it a lot bigger, I would think. So I'm not mad at it. All right, let's talk about Snowfall season 6, episode 6. Season 6, episode 6, which is called Concrete Jungle. Looks like Franklin braces for fallout from killing Teddy's dad, and Kane seeks revenge. So obviously this season we didn't see a lot of Kane doing anything about what happened with his homeboy and Louis and Jerome coming for him. Seems like next episode he
either got Louis or Buckley. He didn't get Unc. He got Louis or he got Buckley in that little bag that he threw on the ground. Talking about I caught a fish. Who you think? Who you think?
It's episode
Chat.
7.
Who do y'all think? Who does he got? Does he have Louis or does he have Buckley?
It's
Who did
episode
Kane get?
7, so it's hard to say. I think it's too early for him to have Louis. So maybe he has Buckley. Because if it was like episode 8, maybe 9, then I'd be like, oh yeah, no, he got her. But I think it's too early.
I'm going to say Buckley too. It feels like it's going to be Buckley. That's what's going to get Kane most excited because that's who shot Kane.
Yeah.
Like, getting Louis would excite him, but I don't know if he would give Franklin the chance to make a decision on whether or not she dies. because knowing what he would probably do. He ultimately, Franklin still loved his family. I don't know if he still got that love for Louis like that, but I don't know if he wants to hurt Jerome like that.
Yeah.
I think in his mind, he would like to have a resolution where they're pretty much neutered, but he don't have to take the ultimate price from them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I would think.
The only way I could see it being Louis is if Kane does something to Louis and that causes Jerome to snap out of this. Well, we see in the trailer, Jerome is like, oh, I'm done selling cocaine, right? And so maybe that snaps him out of that because now he has to go find Jerome or find Louis, and he goes Super Saiyan killer Jerome by the end of it.
Can we do that? Kinda.
Yeah.
We did that already.
When she got shot.
Yeah. Like we've already done that. I don't know.
But what if this time it doesn't work out for Jerome?
And he dies trying to save her? Would be very tragic.
Yes. I think they're
Would
trying
also
to
be
lead us
very
into...
basic. Would also be very basic.
Yeah, and let me be clear, I would be very upset. As much as I talk about wanting to see certain deaths in the show, I do not want to see everybody die.
Nah,
Everybody
we're
can't
doing,
die.
Yeah, we're doing so well on this final season, man. I swear we are. I'm enjoying it a lot. And so, like, the only thing that's left to do is stick the landing. And you have so many options on what to do it. I just don't want to see us fall into the very, like, linear, the age-old story of drug crime thrillers.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they were at the height of their height until everything went wrong and everybody died. Come on.
No, that's not what I want.
Because, first of all, that's not how a lot of that shit end up happening. You know what I mean? Like, is Reed really going to die? I don't know. Is Franklin really going to die? Well, Freeway didn't. I did watch a video on YouTube where they were describing who Louis' character is based off of. She lived.
Yeah.
She lived. So
Louis got to die. Louis doesn't necessarily have to die, but
if somebody got to die, it's Reed and Louis.
Yeah.
Reed and Louis is my picks.
Well,
who gets axed first?
Well, yes, Reed and Louis have to die, but I'm telling you right now, either Wanda or Leon.
Nah, man, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
I want to.
First of all,
I want to.
We need to send Wanda back to Africa. Let's start that hashtag. Let's get a petition going. Let's put it on change.org. Let's get Wanda back to Ghana.
Oh, she is going to that big Ghana in the sky.
She doesn't belong in Compton. She don't belong in Watts. She don't belong in Los Angeles at all.
She does.
Let's get hashtag get Wanda back to Africa.
Because she belongs in the Garden of Eden in the sky.
No, she don't.
Or if you want to look at it in a much fucked up way, she belongs 6 feet in the ground. Just saying.
No, she doesn't. Why does she belong there?
Okay, sorry. She doesn't belong there. Sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry. All right. Troy Spencer says, I'm glad Saint put down Reed's dad. Reed was acting too calm and invulnerable, which he literally was
getting on my nerves.
In that conversation. Like, I don't even give a fuck about my dad, and you're going to kill a CIA agent's dad.
Because he still thought we was negotiating. You still thought that you was going to be able to talk your way out of this like you always do. And I'm trying to tell you it's over with. Give me what I want, or this shit going to get worse.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at the point. Franklin has always tiptoed around Reed. Even when the prices weren't fair, even when, he was trying to get out and he knew he wasn't going to work for me anymore, even when he started working with Louis. Even initially, well, no, he kind of turned up on him at the end when he stole the money. But he didn't hit full-on scorched earth until now, which is surprising. Which is very surprising.
Yeah.
Even after he killed his dad.
Yep.
Unalived his father.
He wanted to, at some level, rationalize it, almost.
Yeah, he's never gone this route. He's trying to drive the point home. Yo, it's over with now. Like, okay, yeah, you a CIA agent, you a killer, you can find me, da-da-da-da. I'm a very wealthy man. I'm a very powerful man. I will kill you. So we can just do this until one of us drop, or you can give me back what's mine.
Yeah.
How many more of your loved ones do you want to lose before you give me back what's mine. He didn't even take. It's not even like he owed Franklin some money and he just ain't paying. It's not like he stole some product from him. You went into his bank and stole his money that he earned, that he saved,
Yep.
working for you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a reasonable nor logical explanation for why you would do that other than spite.
Yeah.
You got shot. You felt like Saint was getting sloppy, so you thought you was gonna give him a spank on the ass when he said he was leaving. That ain't how that worked. See, stuff like that to get your daddy poked.
Facts. Troy
You know what I
Spencer.
mean? He was way too comfortable.
Troy Spencer also agreed that he thinks it's probably going to be Buckley. Pop says, an eye for an eye and a dad for a dad. Snowfall is going to end with a bang.
It's ending the way that it should. How many times do we go in these situations and be like, man, he never got him back for such and such, or he never had to, never had to atone for this, that, and the third. Like, damn, but what would have happened if Lee went home back to the projects? Like, they're I feel like they're hitting all of the series end scenarios. Unfortunately, you are right. It's not going to end well for a number of people because it can't. This is not a. Oh, hold on. Ooh, bring it back. Not a happy story. Gotta stop swinging. My bad, y'all.
It's out of focus like hell.
Oh, it's gonna come back. Hold on.
Is it?
Mind me? Come on.
When you keep putting your hand in the way, I think it's focusing on your hand, my friend.
I'm not. It's not in the way.
This is mildly entertaining, but we have to go on with the show, my friend.
Anyways, yeah, go ahead. It'll fix itself.
Anyway, well,
it's not a happy story. So somebody gotta, not be happy.
Somebody has to go at some point. So we'll see. Somebody has to go, but not all of them have to go. Let me clarify again. All right. Any other thoughts on? Since you're just turning off your screen. Oh, there you go.
Bang! We back, baby.
Yikes. All right. So, any other thoughts on Snowfall episode 5 or 6?
Well, R.I.P. Mac.
Yeah.
We tried to get you all the way home, man, but I'm glad you got first base. Watch out, Buckley. I hope you ain't on that booger sugar when Kane come looking for you. That's probably how you about to slip up. That's probably exactly how you about to be behind a trash can somewhere, filling his nose with candy.
Yes.
And they're gonna get the drop on him.
That'd be the easiest drop in the world.
Veronique is scared. Her mama's scared, which makes me scared for Franklin's money.
Yeah.
And I think if I had to make a prediction, I think the saga with KGB man ends next episode, some way, somehow. Either he confronts Reed or Reed confronts him, but I think his line ends. None of this ends with the KGB winning.
Yes.
Because
correct.
what the KGB wants is for Reed to get arrested and for it to be publicized so it can stop the flow of guns going to South America. Mm-hmm. That's what they want. That's obviously not going to happen. That didn't happen. So,
well, literally, he doesn't even have any connections. He said he wanted away from Franklin and Sissy, and Oso is not cooperating at this point. So, like,
he don't have no leads. Like all his trails have gone cold. He knows where Reed used to have the drugs. He don't know where he moved it.
Yeah.
So I think his line ends next episode one way or another. Maybe Reed is like, hey, I'll send all your Nudie Boy magazines back to KGB office and expose you if you don't get off my ass.
I guess.
If he's that afraid of it, if he's that afraid, you in California and you hide it like that, you're scared. So then maybe he can use that as leverage.
Okay, I can see that. Any other thoughts? We moving on to Bel Air?
Get Bel Air.
All right, 1 second here. Let me change my joint real quick. My John, you know what I'm saying? I'm from Philly. We say John.
The show doesn't even take place in Philly.
But I'm from Philly, and we say John.
But you're not from Philly, and the show doesn't take place in Philly.
Bruh, it's my John. I gotta change my joint, you feel me? Alright, there we go. Boom. All right. Ready to talk about Bel Air? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yeah.
Bel Air, Season 2, Episode 4, Don't Kill My Vibe. For what it's worth, this is a hilarious episode, I thought, and I have a lot of jokes to tell. Just heads up.
Got a little cringy at a few points, man. I feel like we're slipping on
quite
dialogue a little bit on
Quite
Bel Air.
cringy, but I am excited to get some of these jokes off. All right. Turns out Will is going to get suspended for his role in what happened. Shocker. Will tells Carlton that he should tell his parents what happened. Carlton calls Will on his bullshit because he didn't even know Tatiana Ali, so the real reason he went on the roof was for himself. Duh.
We talked about this a little bit last week about faux activism and when you really just want attention, and that's all that was up there to go drop that banner. First of all, Will, the whole basis of the meeting was them saying they were going to suspend anyone who protested. Then they went in the room and they negotiated what they would allow you to do. So, on what planet were you not going to get suspended? Why are you shocked? Why are you surprised at all?
Because he a kid, bro. Just let him be a kid.
You're too much of a kid. He a childish ass kid.
Yes, very much so.
Play too damn much.
Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil walk in and explain that they can't appeal the suspension because being on the roof was a huge safety violation, which, no, he's being suspended because they told him that they would suspend him.
What? Yeah, they told you they was going to do it. What are you talking about?
Also, because Will is such a huge fucking nuisance and a headache for the team, Coach Johnson's had enough and has pulled him from the team indefinitely.
Hey,
John Morant in
suspending your best black player at an all-white school because he protested racial diversity in the teaching and the staff is a little bold. It's a little bold. But for the purpose of the plot, we gotta put this on that man. But that's bold as hell. Can you imagine, like a kid that can handle Lincoln is part of a sit-in or something for some sort of protest, and then the basketball coach, and he's a star, right? 5-star. The coach suspends him indefinitely from the team. Fam, you gonna be on 10 TV Eyewitness News by 6 o'clock. You gonna be the story.
Yeah, fuck all that black power shit. We're gonna run one with Jerry West and Bob Cousy over here. Fuck what you talking
They about to go into the playoffs without their best player out of spite.
Yeah, we got Alex Caruso. We don't need that.
Hold on. Not because I disrespected you. Not because I disrespected the team, my teammates. Not because I went against the play call in the last game and won the game for myself. Because I protested.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, yo, this man is putting up he's putting up a damn billboard saying, Ben Crumb, come to my school. Come to my school. It is a civil rights lawsuit waiting to happen.
Facts. Nathan Moore says, yes, this episode had its cringe moments. For sure.
Absolutely.
Will explains that he feels that nobody gets him at Bel Air Academy, and that's when he turns the corner to a bunch of students applauding what he did, which may feel good, but the attention span of high schoolers is dumb low, and they will forget about this within 3 to 5 business days. Carlton seems upset, as does Yasmin. Yeah, no, they're going to forget about this shit. And literally,
they are.
Literally, by the end of the episode, they had something completely different to talk about.
I mean, it's just reaffirming that Will's head is not in the right spot in terms of what's motivating him currently.
Facts.
Right? He just had this long, drawn-out conversation with his aunt and his uncle about accepting the responsibility for the risk that you take, and then all of a sudden he gets a few steps away from that, and everybody's cheering and allotting him for the decisions that he's made. So that just erased anything they just heard, right? And it's reaffirming what he already thought. Oh, I'm being West Philly Will. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it real.
I would be happy when I never have to hear Big Philly Will or whatever the fuck.
West Philly
West
Will.
Philly Will. That's
hey. My man's name right.
I'll be happy when I never have to say it again.
West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground.
That's my line. That's my whole background.
Where he spends most of his days.
That's my whole aesthetic that I'm working with here.
You didn't say it.
Whatever. Anyway, Aunt Viv is having issues with her art show that she's throwing, which I don't remember them mentioning that she's throwing an art show. Am I crazy? Okay.
Well, no, yes, she is. Yes, she is. Because that's what the article was about. Was about the new art show that she was curating.
Well, see, I was so busy focused on Michael Ealy that I forgot all about that, which was
He
what
ain't
happened with
even been
Arnold.
in here. He didn't have scheduling conflicts all season. My man said, I cannot show up. Don't call me until episode 8.
Bel Air season 2. I don't got time for that shit. Well, what are you doing, Michael Ealy?
I was about to say, man.
All right. Ambiv is having issues with her art show, and Will isn't helping by being at home, not doing shit. Man starts complaining about not being in the playoffs, which hilarious that they suspended him right before the playoffs. Just throwing that out there.
Hey, for protesting. For protesting.
Aunt Viv asked about the AAU team, and that's when Will shares that the team has the worst name ever. Zenith Hype Garbage.
Yo,
hot garbage.
I was like, did Zenith Televisions come back and get a sponsorship deal with this television show? Why are they saying Zenith so much?
No, absolutely not.
I start visualizing fatback TVs the minute that he said the name.
Nah, not the Zenith big booty TVs.
The old joints.
Right.
Did you ever wonder, yo, a fatback TV used to last you 40 years, legit.
Facts.
Legit.
Facts.
A fatback TV will last you 40 years. You buy these damn Rokus from Walmart and be lucky if you get 3 years out of it. Before you right back at Walmart buying a new TV.
They do that intentionally.
No, I know they do. I know they do. It's just crazy how much the industry has changed. Back when TVs first came out, you wanted something that was going to last you for life. And that's how they built them joints. And now, you know, we're addicted to the newest and biggest and brightest. So
Facts. After Will complains that Uncle Phil hasn't supported his hoop dreams, Uncle Phil walks in and gives him a list of things to do around the house. Viv tries to advocate for a day to decompress, but Phil ain't hearing that dumb shit.
Hey, listen. Right now, what they are doing is they are laying the breadcrumbs of arguments that have been had in households all over America from the beginning of time, right? What Vivian is trying to do right now is run interference for a rearing that Will needs.
Yes.
Right? For strong direction that he's clearly in need of at this moment. And she's advocating for leniency. Lay off of him. We need to listen to what he needs and acquiesce, and bend over, backwards, frontwards. Give it all to Will. Let Will decide. Okay.
Well, we get a lot of that this episode.
Not only is it leading to you doing some wild shit, but it's going to be some even wilder shit down the line now that we in this whole agreement that we into now because of you.
Yeah.
So just remember that I didn't want to have nothing to do with this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to have anything to do with any of it. And I said it was wrong from the jump. And I said I was skeptical from the jump. And I said that this is not the guy. I said it. I said it to all of you. Yep. Don't you look at me. I ain't got no more money for you. I gave you 10 racks. Do what you got to do. Go learn life.
10 racks and then 500, what is it, 500 a month?
Yeah, fam, I ain't never heard of nobody signing a 360 basketball deal.
Yo,
my nigga, you taking a percentage of my NIL in perpetuity? You mean you got NBA hoopers still paying you?
We'll get to it.
A bozo contract is this? I look like Meg the Stallion?
Worse. Nathan Moore says Uncle Phil gave him chores, SMH. With all that money, send Will to speak to a therapist. I agree.
Maybe somebody should talk to him about Lou and everything he got going on. Yeah. Where's his mama at? There's a lot of people missing so far.
Facts.
Jeffrey girlfriend gone. Mickey Blue Eyes ain't show back up.
Jeffrey girlfriend was in the first season? Did she actually show up in the first season?
Well, I don't think they're officially girlfriend, but the girl that was kind of on Vivian's friend.
Oh, that girl. Oh, yeah. Okay, got you. Yeah, no, she hasn't showed up at all. She'll show up at the art show.
Blue Eyes ain't been here. Will's mama ain't showed up.
Lisa's dad.
A lot of people missing.
What do they call him?
What's that?
Fred. What's his name?
Shiny Head Fred. No, we don't need to see no more Fred.
There you go.
Fred's the DA. How many times we gonna do court things? I don't need nothing to do with him.
Fair enough. Miss Basson walks in to see Carlton and lets him know that because he didn't actually do shit, he's still in the running for the Founders Award, which Yasmin notices.
Yeah, and I feel like if I would have witnessed it go down like that, like my homeboy
You
got a
have
pat
no
on the back,
reason
and
to
now
not
he won the
believe.
Founders Award, I probably would have jumped to that conclusion too.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have handled it exactly how she handled it,
Fair.
but I probably would have jumped to that conclusion.
Fair enough. William Moloch says, yo.
What up, though?
What's going on, my guy? All right, so Coco Jones is mad busy still trying to get this Simply Spiked deal.
Yikes. Oh, my God.
What? What's up? What's up, bro?
Bam. You trying to get assigned or something?
I mean, you know, if they're watching
Yeah, I guess. Let's do it.
Simply Spiked, Blueberry. I don't have peach. I don't think they actually released peach yet.
He likes them all.
I was looking for peach.
Strawberry and bubble gum.
Hey, yo, strawberry is fire.
Cotton candy.
I don't know about
he
all
loves
those.
them all.
You're going...
all the Tutti Fruities and...
Since we're not actually advertising for them, a little too sweet. Like, I know it's Simply's thing, but
he likes to drink them with little umbrellas. Sometimes he puts his pinky up.
Hey, yo, relax. Chill out. All right. Coco Jones is mad busy still trying to get this Simply Spike deal and get Karuchi's weak-ass wheatgrass alcoholic drink the fuck up out of here. Coco and Jazz are so booked that they can't make plans with each other, and Jazz's reason is because he has to meet with his parents. Coco offers to tag along to meet with them, and Jazz hesitates, causing Coco to get mad. But, like, have you ever heard this man talk about his parents? You don't know nothing about them. So, like...
At all. Yeah, but on the same strength, he was all pushy about, you know, being at dinner with mines and what's the problem? And you embarrassing me and you trying to hide me. Okay, all right, pimp.
But
you want some of that energy? Let's meet your parents.
But what if there's a legitimate reason that he doesn't want them to meet?
You said it's a legitimate reason? What could be the legitimate
reason? What if
reason?
there's a reason?
What could be the reason that he doesn't want her to meet his parents? Other than the fact that it would be embarrassing for you? Or what? What would be the reason?
What if they're just like fucked up?
Like, like it would be a parents. That's what I thought initially when he kind of got weird about it. It's like, it's probably his parents is gonna be acting weird.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, shit, it came correct, at least to start.
I'm sorry, I'm going to finish this. Just throwing that out there.
Okay.
All right. Seems like Uncle Phil gives Will the chore of cleaning out the refrigerator, which I guess didn't land on Jeffrey's job description of property manager, and yet somehow going to get information on one of his coworkers did. I need to see Jeffrey's job description and his resume expeditiously, because for what his job title is, he don't manage no actual property. He manages everything off of the property.
Yeah, fam, he's not the property manager title is to keep him legal. So he can keep going out there doing all his undercover shit. That's just for when the police show up and they ask who Jeffrey is. He's the property manager. I'm the property manager.
All right. Fair enough.
Cool.
I guess. Doc calls Will and says that it's been a minute since they spoke, and he thought that Will was ghosting him. Not only is that a weird word choice, but you thought the man who was effectively using a relationship with your niece only to get closer to you was ghosting you? That's fucking dumb. Yeah. Especially when you've heard the news of what just happened to him recently. Can he not get time off to figure out what the fuck is going on? He just got suspended.
Dialogue drop off, severe dialogue. Well, I won't say it's severe, but it's noticeable.
Yeah.
It's noticeable.
Yeah.
It's like I felt like they were doing very good with the slang, colloquialisms in season 1. Like it was still some cringy moments, but they were, for the most part, they were accurate at least. Like they were using everything within the context and with the right timing. Yeah. And a lot of that comes from the people who are using it, right? Like they know how to use it, they know how to speak. Now it's seeming like the writers are starting to take a little bit, or at least having a little bit more influence on what's being said at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not flowing as well as it did
Yeah.
in season 1.
I would agree. And we have more dialogue that we have to talk about later on. So Doc notices that Will has some free time on his hands and wants to meet up with him. He then tells Will to bring Uncle Phil, which, if that's the case, you have bro's number. Why are you calling Will? Will lies to Doc because man's just like Louis. He's so ambitious and he doesn't have the resources to go further. I don't know. He's just a little bit like Louis in that sense. But then on top of that, Viv is in the office with him. Viv, what were you doing in the office?
Hey, fam,
with bro?
let me tell you how sloppy this situation is, right? Not only did you go to this man behind my back and not tell me and talk about all this and set this shit up, right? But all you would have had to do is, instead of Doc calling Will and making him feel better and giving Will what he wants, how the hell you ain't had that man call your husband?
Thank you.
What are we doing?
That's some shady ass shit.
Yo, what's
That's
up?
some weird ass shit.
Nah, I mean, like, I get why she did it. She's trying to be on Will's side and give him what he wants. But we have to listen to what he wants. Hey, man. Kinda. A little bit. Not all the time. Not to the point where you lie to me.
Yeah. Yep.
You know? So, that's a whole situation. That's a little messy.
A little bit.
A little messy.
Uncle
But
Phil.
you know what I like though? Is that in most television shows that are set up like this, that issue would have dragged out for 4 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They would have sat there and they would have bitched and moaned about it, and then she would have got, or he would have got so upset, he probably would have tried to like move out or go stay the night at a hotel, and she would have to make this big dramatic apology saying that she would never do it again, just for us to go a season and a half and they do it all over again. You know what I mean? Like that is the nature of relationships in most television shows. So it's refreshing to see them get in and out of these situations so quickly. Because usually this would be the show.
Is that
right?
not literally what happened with them in this whole Phil working too much thing? That lasted a long time.
Well, but see, that was kind of like a built-up saga, because there were several things that went into that. It was Reed, it was her restarting her career, it was the election, it was a lot of stuff that played into that.
Fair enough.
This is just a singular issue.
Yeah.
And most shows would take this singular issue, lightly connect it back to some plots in the story earlier on to try to make it feel bigger, but they would drone it on, boy. They would drone it on.
Fair enough.
And they're not necessarily doing that, at least not with the adults. They're doing it with Lisa and Will for sure, 100%. But like him lying to her lasted about half a season, and then him just not wanting to, I love you, but I can't give you my all. So be free, little bird, be free. You know what I'm saying? That bullshit.
But I love Jackie.
But they not right. But they not doing it with the adults. They're not doing it with Jazz and Hillary. They're not doing it with Viv and Uncle Phil. So it seems like there's a division in maturity, which is realistic.
Yeah.
And then also, we're not wasting time on meaningless shit, teaching people how to argue, teaching people how to be toxic and stay set in their ways and not talk things out.
Fair enough. I agree. All right. Uncle Phil pulls up on Jeffrey and asks him where he's going. And G tells him, and I quote, "Mind your fucking business, Phil. I've got some personal errands to run. If you keep pulling up on me like this, I will upstrap on you today."
She didn't say that. But she did get a little sassy. She like, I didn't know I had to ask permission.
No,
well, I'm letting you know.
That was Jeffrey.
I'm telling you need to ask permission.
That was Jeffrey. When Jeffrey was going down the stairs, or Jeffrey was going through the thing, and then Phil was walking downstairs. It was Phil and Jeffrey.
Wait, what?
It was Phil and Jeffrey.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Oh, he was asking him where he was going out to. Yeah, so wait, hold on. That's okay, so that stuck out to me this episode. When did Jeffrey start acting so weird? What did he find in that computer that made...
He didn't find anything in the computer. Because he tried to log in, and then Phil walked in, and then he acted all cool with his little book. So he
So
didn't find
what?
anything.
So like, is Jeffrey a double agent? Because like,
Yeah,
where did all the
Jeffrey's
attitude
definitely
come
up to
from?
some shit. I don't know what it is, but he is
For who
definitely.
though?
I don't know.
For who?
I don't know.
And why? Why would you go through the trouble of
Shiny hair
reconciling?
Fred.
But if he's a
Probably not.
double agent, what would Shiny Head Fred have?
Yeah,
How would that help him?
It wouldn't. I don't think it would. Maybe. Did he seem hellbent at the end of season 1 to still find some information on Will? Maybe. No, because Jeffrey would have that information
For
already.
what? I'm not running against you no more. How is it gonna do you any good?
I don't know.
All right, my son, my nephew almost went to jail over a gun charge almost a year ago. I ain't gonna lose my job. I'm a partner. What are you doing?
I would have
How's it gonna help you?
said the guy from the firm, but that don't read.
And I was about to say, from what we found out on this episode, unless he's lying about something, that doesn't really read.
Michael Ealy's character? No, maybe, but probably not.
For what? Yeah, what is the goal that we're getting to by putting an inside man in Banks's affairs?
Maybe Jeffrey is aware of something from Phil, but he doesn't have all the everything together. And so,
see, when he went looking for in his computer, I thought he was looking for information on his son, but not finding it, I don't think would turn him into a sourpuss. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would make him,
unless he's working for Will's dad.
to do what? First of all, Lou can't afford Jeffrey.
But Jeffrey would do whatever because he feels like the same as Lou. Like, neither one of them really get to have a relationship with their son, and so
Because of Phil. Ooh, I like that. Because that makes a natural pairing even where he might not want to. And then he could have pushed him there, right? Like maybe it wasn't about to go down like that until Phil was acting the way he was after Lou showed up, and then maybe it became a little bit easier to decide.
it's a possibility.
So then now what? They're going to take down Philip Banks? How? What they going to do?
Well, maybe they don't even have to completely take him down, but make him look a certain type of way in front of Will to push Will back into Will's arms.
And Lou's hands? Ooh, okay. Prediction time. Let's say that's the way it's going. Does Lou have any connection to Doc?
Not that I'm aware of, but there could be something.
Maybe he pulls a Creed 3 and Doc and Lou met in jail.
Because there does seem to be some extra ulterior motive with
I mean,
Doc.
no, he's definitely a scammer, so
Yes.
it's not hard to believe.
There's the benefit of also getting bread, but then there also seems to be something extra, just extra fueling this argument, this fight that they got going on. So I don't know. I don't know. It could be. We'll have to see. Is that an official prediction that you're willing to put on the books?
That Lou knows Doc. I want to be right if it's right. So yeah, I'll put it down there.
Well,
if I'm wrong, I'm
not
wrong.
even that Lou knows Doc, but that Jeffrey is working for Lou or working with Lou.
Ooh, no, I'm not calling that.
No? Okay. All right. William Moloch says, I'm still catching up on Bel Air. All this sounds wild. Which, yes, if you haven't caught up on Bel Air, this would sound absolutely wild.
Going crazy.
Nathan Moore says, Phil may know more about his son's situation. I don't know. Yeah, that's also true. He might know more about Jeffrey's son's situation. And so maybe he's trying to extract information from Phil about what he knows about his son, possibly.
Hey, I think this is a good opportunity, since we didn't do it in the middle in the changeover from Snowfall to Bel Air, to remind everyone that we have a link that Josh is going to put in the chat right now for...
I do. It's for Hulu.
There we go.
But Bel Air's on Peacock.
Well, no, I mean, still a good time while people are still watching. Throw it in the chat, since we didn't do it while we were actually reviewing Snowfall.
No, bro. Peacock.
Better to do it now than not do it at all.
Peacock, Hulu, two different things. So, yeah.
Is there a promo code that they should use, Josh?
Nah, bro, the link. The link
will take them straight there.
Yes. All right. Copying that now. Okay. Uncle Phil. Oh, damn it. Yasmin confronts Carlton about why he didn't make a move at the protests. Carlton attempts to explain that it's much more complicated than what she thinks, which is true, but she's not hearing that shit.
Yeah, she didn't give my man's no time either, and she extra judgy too. Like, hey yo,
Yeah.
get out of my face. This is high school, girl.
Nah,
You're arguing over a teacher who is fired and will remain fired, regardless of what we do.
she
Get out
feels
my face.
like she was lied to a little bit, and so she's got her feelings, and she's entitled to them.
Okay, you can feel that way, but what you're not about to do is poo-poo over my accomplishment because you felt like I got an upper hand. Kick rocks, Stacy.
Stacy?
Jasmine.
There you go. There you go.
It's Yasmin. It's Yasmin.
It's Yasmin with a Y. Coco Jones ends up working at the house in Bel Air. Are you still mad at Yasmin? You need to let it out?
Yasmin.
J Yasmin? It's not her name. It's not her name. Coco Jones ends up working at the house in Bel Air with her mom. She then explains to Viv that she isn't really creating content as much, but she enjoys the business side of what she does.
Oh my God.
Viv explains that she is mad busy as well. Viv wonders with all that she's got going on that everything with Jazz is going well as well. And Coco explains that she's meeting his parents. Viv then points out that Jazz isn't like other guys Coco has dated, Bel Air boys. She explains that may be what she likes about Jazz, and Viv thinks that Jazz's parents will love Coco. A little touching moment, I guess.
You see how fast they backpedaled from that whole face looking shit? We haven't heard any of that
because
since.
Uncle Phil still hasn't answered for why he was looking a little crazy. For what it's worth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's some of the same. Like they didn't expect a Jazz type of guy to be coming with Hillary, but it was looking a little suspect there for a minute. So
I didn't get my scene of him getting thrown out of the house, so I'm still a little disappointed, but it's okay. I'll live.
It's gonna happen probably on some like. It's gonna be little when it happens. It ain't gonna be no big thing, but it'll probably happen in the midst of them like playing around or something like that. The show's too serious for him to legitimately pick the man up by his shirt collar and his pants buckle and toss him out of the house.
I need to see it. I want to see it. All right. Will pulls up. Will pulls up on Uncle Phil to let him know that his chores are done, but that's not all. He needs Uncle Phil to go see Doc with him. Doc explains that what he does with his AAU team in terms of training, but Uncle Phil is stuck on the price tag. $10,000 for new players with a monthly fee of $500. Doc says, and I quote, "Well, broke boy, if you can't afford the fee, I got a financial aid form that you can fill out if you qualify with your cheap ass."
He really did throw the financial aid at him. Like, hey, you want to sign up for financial aid? You need scholarship?
He threw that out there pretty like.
And you gotta pay to play, baby. Pay to play. That's not a red flag at all.
Even worse, Will's dumbass laughed at the joke, which couldn't have made things any better for him. And then Phil wants to talk business with Doc alone. Carlton and Lisa are walking through the school, and Lisa explains how crazy the suspicion was for Will and how half the students at Bel Air are willing to do a 1,000,000-man march for him. I'm sorry, what?
Today they willing to do a 1,000,000-man march. She definitely could have found something else to say other than 1,000,000-man march. But you're right. The idea of something like that is so fleeting. If it's a fight that happened in school today, they ain't gonna be thinking nothing about Will tomorrow. They ain't gonna be thinking nothing about this man tomorrow.
On top of that, they are in Bel Air. Good luck finding 1,000,000 men to march. Carlton seems visibly upset, and Lisa explains that she understands what happened with him at the protests. That's when Drew invites Lisa to the BSU hang, and she accepts, and Yasmin gives Carlton a death stare. Carlton tries to deny liking her, but Lisa knows he's bullshitting and that he should probably try to communicate with her.
He got into his, "Fuck you then, I didn't even think you was cute."
Facts.
Why you ugly? He got into his bag.
When Doc mentioned Will tightening up his fade, I thought he was just telling a joke. But no, these niggas actually have a barber on staff. That's when Jackie walks in. Hopefully, now that Will is in the facility, he doesn't have to
just
use.
in time.
Facts.
Funny you're here.
Hopefully, now that Will is in the facility, he doesn't have to use Jackie for Doc and can have a normal conversation with her. Which I think eventually he kind of does.
That's not. The chances of that are very low. You know.
Yes, I do know.
Wonder why.
She explains that she does secretarial work around the office and asks about Will's suspension. When he tells her, she says that's bullshit. I think she said something along the lines of, "That's crazy."
Said, "Damn, you shouldn't get suspended for trying to defend the culture."
Yeah.
Skin start crawling. I was like, "Oh, who wrote that?"
Will
raise your hand.
Yeah.
Who wrote it? Stand up. Take a lap.
Stand up. And then
Take a lap.
And then she asks about him being from Philly. They have flirty banter about her asking about him, but I can definitely see a case where Doc obsesses about Will so much that he is just in the room telling little fun facts about Will and everything that Will's got going on.
Damn. It's like, how are you even getting this shit off, yo? How are you getting this shit off? How do you take somebody's name, image, and likeness money in perpetuity? So that means anytime this man is in a commercial, anytime this man signs an endorsement deal,
a Nike shoe deal,
this man, a brand deal, shoe deal, anything like that, you get a cut. My AAU basketball coach. So everyone thinks this is normal except for Phil.
You know what's wild?
What world are we living in?
You know what's absolutely wild? All it takes is for him to stumble upon the next LeBron. That player signs a lifetime deal with Nike for $1 billion, and he gets a cut of that.
He's set. You don't gotta go to that gym no more. See you later, suckers. Let these clowns coach you. I'm retired.
Just one LeBron, and he is out of here.
You mean I got you for life, big dog? Shit, you might as well buy me a house next to you.
He is at all of LeBron's movie premieres. Space Jam 2, he is in there.
Where we moving,
Trainwreck, he is in there.
Where we moving? I'm going with you. It'd be much easier to cash the checks that way.
Yes. Door knocker Jackie also informs Will that she doesn't let people into her world, which would make sense seeing how her uncle is her pimp.
Hey, at this point, that's what it feels like. Seem like you only around when your uncle around, or when I'm trying to see your uncle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only time I see you. Well, then I guess this episode later on.
Yeah. Uncle Phil asks what's in it for Doc, and Doc promptly bullshits about the satisfaction of helping young athletes reach their full potential. Phil doesn't buy it either, and as a parent, bro is just doing his due diligence to make sure Will's not ending up in a fucked up situation. So Doc being an asshole here is pretty trash, not that I expect any different.
It's like, these folks didn't get rich by being stupid, by entering bad deals. So the fact that Vivian is so gung-ho, I'm like, yo, you don't handle the money, huh? You don't have the checkbook. That's not for you. That's not your job. Because everything about this sounds like a scam.
Yes. Turns out the lawyer reads the contract because he's a fucking lawyer. Of course he read the contract. And Phil notices that Doc got some old bullshit in there about obtaining a percentage in perpetuity. In other words, forever. Any contract that Will signs, bro, gets a percentage. Nigga, you did all the research on Phil to find out that he is a lawyer and didn't think to change anything.
You just gonna try and sneak it in there.
Like, who are you playing for, Boo Boo the Fool? What's wrong with you?
Vivian. Vivian and Will.
All right. Doc mentions that supposed value that he brings, which is bullshit because it's not that much. And that
I ain't heard this man name drop not one player. Not one. Not a college player, not an NBA player, not an undrafted player playing overseas. This man ain't name dropped not one person. If he'd have came out there and be like, yeah, you know, I coached Kawhi Leonard, coached James Harden before he went to Arizona State. You know what I'm saying? I coached Damian Lillard. You ain't coached nobody.
I coached.
Where's the proof?
I coached
For 10
Sebastian
racks?
Telfair. I coached Adam Morrison. I coached.
But even if you did, them players played in the
They
NBA.
at least played in the NBA.
Give me somebody.
Yeah. Sorry, I was a little thirsty. Anyway.
No one cares.
Doc mentions his supposed value he brings and that Viv seemed to understand. Phil, rightfully so, questions Doc bringing up his wife. And before we get an answer, Phil is up out that jaw, and Will is absolutely befuddled. Strange that Will came to his own conclusion about why Uncle Phil said no to Doc when Phil explained that they would talk about it when they got home.
And I definitely don't have to, if it was something about me and my wife, I'm definitely not about to sit here and explain that to you
That's a fact too.
in front of all these people or to a child at all.
Yeah. Stay in a child's place.
At all. The hell? Yeah, I'm so glad that, that Uncle Phil didn't get out of pocket when Doc mentioned his wife in that office and didn't, smack Doc in front of the white staffers that were probably in the building. I'm so glad that didn't happen, and instead he went home and yelled at his wife. So much of a better scenario. I'm so glad that he didn't embarrass all of us black folk in front of some of those white folk that was at that gym by smacking that man across his head when he mentioned his wife.
I'm glad you made that joke because I was trying to find a way to fit that into a joke and I couldn't figure it out. But I'm glad you did that.
I'm so glad he just went home and yelled at his black wife for instead.
Right, so much better.
It's so much better. I feel so more civilized.
Right. Ashley is in the living room throwing away flyers from the protest and explains to Will that she doesn't need them. Funny, I'm starting to notice that we're not getting much of Ashley again, just like last season.
Cringe moment coming back up.
Yeah.
Ashley, this is everything you believe in. Fam, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, Ashley, this is everything you believe in. This is everything she believes in right here.
Well, we wouldn't be able to tell because we don't know shit about Ashley.
On these papers. So yeah, maybe we need to be looking at these papers to see what Ashley is actually all about. Outside of social justice and her sexuality, who the hell is Ashley? What does she do on a day-to-day basis? Where did all her friends go? What happened to them? They was all at the house. I didn't see none of them at the birthday party.
No.
Where did they go?
Sweetie was there, but not her friends.
Yeah, but not her actual friends that we've already seen and established. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does she talk on the phone?
No.
Does she have a hobby that's not
Social
activism
justice.
of some sort? Is she a child or is she Greta
She is an
Thunberg?
SJW.
No,
A lesbian.
they literally turned her into Greta Thunberg. It's not.
Yeah.
She's not doing anything a normal. What is she, like 12, 13 years old? She don't play games?
Yeah. How
I'll
old
never
did she
catch
turn?
Ashley just like
Yeah, no, I don't.
doing something a kid would be doing.
Seems like
we need some more adventures, like side mission type of things with Ashley featured. That'll be a good way to enhance her character.
like
and
most
give her
of
some
the
more
episode
personality.
dedicated to Ashley.
Or they just go off and do some random shit, but for some reason they got to take Ashley with them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how Ashley used to get her bones, was following around Will, following Hillary. That's how we got introduced to Ashley, was her wanting to be up under her older siblings and her older cousin. That's what they should be focusing on, as opposed to making her feel all the social commentary spaces in the show.
At this point, we've gotten more information about OG Ashley than the Ashley that we're sitting here. We got way more information about her. Just saying. Seems like Ashley isn't happy about Tatiana Ali getting fired and Will getting suspended and removed from the basketball team, and she thinks it's all because of her, which literally neither one of those things are because of her.
Not connected in the least bit.
Neither one of those things
she's
are
finding
the
a
real
different
reason.
reason to be sad other than, Will getting suspended. Like, girl, we so far removed. We wasn't even doing this over the teacher no more. We done moved to curriculum and having somebody on a review board. Like, we so far past the
Men's
teacher
being on
now.
the roof literally has nothing to do with you. You weren't even
I didn't
there.
even logically track it back. Like, she should be of the understanding. Yeah, I mean, I said we should do this, and we all said we was going to do it. Nowhere in there was, okay, Will, you break protocol, go to the roof and drop the banner. No
Facts.
one.
All right. Phil and Viv are fighting because apparently Vivian went down to see Doc without telling anybody. Vivian clearly don't know what's on that contract because she really shouldn't be pressing Phil so hard about keeping Doc away. Despite the fact that this may feel like what happened with Will's dad. Like it does, but that contract was
It
fucked
feels
up.
like that's a bit of it's a bit of an excuse because Vivian is being extra light on Will, and she's doing that because of the Lou situation. So she's kind of using that as like a blanket excuse to overplay her hand with Will a little bit.
Sure. But if she knew what was in that contract, she wouldn't be saying none of this shit. And Phil should probably be telling her what's in that contract because that shit was nuts.
Yeah.
Will asks Carlton how school is going, and he mentions Yasmin not really fucking with him. He then thanks Will for not throwing him under the bus. They then bond over the fact that parents just don't understand. They did. Will invites Carlton to the BSU event, but Carlton isn't so sure. That is until Will tells him that they will be bowling, and all of a sudden this man is all gung-ho for bowling, which wasn't his shit.
He's a professional.
Wasn't his shit the race car shit? Not okay. All right. Whatever. Apparently, bro has a flaming ball, so maybe
He likes a lot of middle-aged white man stuff. He likes golf. He likes racing. He likes bowling. He has his own ball. Carlton is basically a 35 to 40-year-old white man.
Yes.
But he's black. And he does have aspects of, blackness that still fit the quote-unquote standard. He's just not all the way there, which is fine.
Sure. His name is actually Ted, and he enjoys a good IPA every now and then. And watches How I Met Your Mother consistently.
Definitely watching Young Sheldon and
all the CBS shows. All the CBS shows. William Moloch says they could make Ashley a singer in Bel Air, which I would agree with because that would give her something.
I keep waiting for her home. But see, I know that's going to be a conflict because Coco Jones is going to sing on the show at some point. I know she is. And so then if Ashley becomes the singer, then that lessens the likelihood that we'll see, Coco be able to try to get some streams off of the television show.
I was going to say, Coco hasn't. She is saying that she hasn't made a lot of content, so then I'm like, oh, well, that'll lead into her singing maybe.
We'll probably start singing on the show.
She likes the business part of it, so they're going to have to track around that a little bit.
Curtail that a little bit. So, yeah, maybe it will be Ashley. She was musical before. She was trying to play the drums with Will.
Yeah. Well, the OG actually did that.
Yeah. That's what I meant, the old Ashley, not... I almost call her SJW Ashley. That's not what I'm calling her.
That's what she is. SJW Ashley.
No, I'm not calling her that.
I am minting that as her official name now.
We call her Ashley Angelou.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. Darth Uchicha says, just stopping by the show, love, keep up the good work, y'all. Appreciate you, my boy.
Appreciate you, bro.
Okay. Uncle Phil apologizes to Viv, and she reciprocates. Phil then admits that his head is all messed up because of James at the firm, and Doc, and Jeffrey, because G is being mad, distant, and secretive. Viv explains to him that not everybody is against him, but it's hard to say that when literally every man that he runs into is against him.
It's against him. He kind of paranoid right now. He acting like Franklin.
Yes, facts. Jazz's parents are from the motherland, it would seem, and somehow Coco got the news. Now, before we get into the scene, what?
They could be from LA. They're just Muslim.
I wrote it that way. All right? Give me a break.
Chill would be so disappointed in you.
Okay. Anyway, for what it's worth, there was a shot during that scene of Coco Jones standing next to Jazz. Nuts. Crazy. The height difference
she
is
looks 6'6" and Jazz look 5 foot.
The height difference is nuts. I wish I could find a picture. The height difference is crazy.
Like if I was ever trying to blaze them as a couple, I'd be like, "Oh, is this your son?"
Like the height difference is crazy.
It was impressive. She looked like she could dunk on my nigga, like
for sure. Legit. Oh, easily. Coco has put in work into understanding Jazz's culture. Again, not sure where it came from yet, but she is showing that she really cares about Jazz. Jazz's parents love her immediately.
Damn, we've been doing this for at least combined from what we've gotten in the first 4 episodes and from last season. It's been a solid season's worth of love build up between Hillary and Jazz. Why you still don't get it? She hooked. She's on the team, fam.
No,
she's
I
there
get
for
that,
the stay.
but like, where did she find out all that information about Jazz's parents?
First of all, similarly to what I just said about Jazz earlier, y'all wanted to do this official, be out, let people know kind of thing, right? Jazz put in the effort to be presentable for your parents. She's looking to reciprocate, as she should.
But Jazz
She's looking
knows.
to impress.
Jazz knows her parents.
He doesn't. He knows her
parents.
he knows her parents as Will's friend. That's a completely different context of knowing him as their daughter's boyfriend. Right? There's a whole nother level of scrutiny that goes into it. In between,
Sure.
oh, that's just one of my nephew's friends.
No, I get it.
And now this is my daughter's boyfriend?
I guess what I'm saying is, how did she get information? How did she get the drop on them that they're of a different culture, and specifically what culture?
If Will, right, who had just been living there for a few weeks, seen Jazz praying and knows that he's Muslim, you don't think the woman
I forgot about that.
No,
but still, he could be Muslim without them being Muslim.
I don't think that usually happens like that though. Yeah, you have converts, but most of the time when people are practicing Muslims, they grew up in a Muslim family.
Sure. I mean, I'm just
So
saying it could have been the.
Are you asking me how she knew to dress up in the like the
No,
Muslim garb?
just how she knew to like go that route. They didn't show it, so it's not like we know she just went to Will.
But I mean, he is. So I mean, she probably assumed. I think the context of how all of this plays out shows that she assumed a lot, right? But I mean, they were at least it started out with pretty safe assumptions.
Fair. I'll give you that. Carlton, excuse me. Carlton tries to give Will some bowling game, but he ain't listening and throws a gutter ball on his first strike. On his first
Several gutter balls.
throw.
Several.
And Carlton is hitting them out the park. Forgive my mixing of sports. I know hitting it out the park is baseball, but he was killing it. Will pulls up on Lisa and brags on his whack-ass bowling skills. Will notices Drew looking their way and states, and I quote, "I don't know what you see in him." What a fucking hater.
Hey, he been backdooring Drew the whole time.
For no reason.
Now, Drew didn't do himself no favors by the end of this episode, but he been backdooring Drew since the jump.
Facts. Lisa is quick to point out that people say the same thing about Will. I don't know what you see in him. That's when Drew brings Lisa a drink and says, "What's up, King?" to Will. Random question. No. I saw this on Twitter the other day and I was so befuddled and I had to ask you about it. Okay, black people amongst each other from time to time will call each other king or queen, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do if you heard or saw, like on Twitter, somebody say that to a white person? Like, is that crazy or nah?
It's uncommon. Would it make me? It's far less than saying "What up, my ninja."
Oh yeah, for sure. But
so I don't know if it would necessarily stop me in my tracks, but it would. I would hear it for sure.
Like you would probably be like, "That's not right. What the fuck?"
That's not right.
and this person did it twice, and I was like, twice in the same conversation, like as if he doesn't say.
Oh, like the white person was calling you king?
No, well, it wasn't me, but somebody that I saw was calling the white person king.
King. Oh, I mean,
and it was almost as if he didn't maybe have a different word, like bro, fam. He just kept ending his sentences with king, and I'm like,
hey, you know what? The more that I put it into context, no, I don't like it at all. I don't. It feels
that
wrong.
is used to
almost like saying
us.
master. It's almost like saying master.
I looked at that as like a way to uplift each other, and so
like,
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
Just throwing that out there. I was like, why is
It
he keep calling him
goes
king?
from yo, what up, King, to yes, King, and real quickly
Real quick.
you start changing the
Real
flavors.
fucking quick. I was like, why does he keep calling him king? I was so like befuddled about that the whole day. Anyway, after an awkward moment and Will calling Mans out of his name again, Jackie has invited Will to get a glimpse of her world. So then he leaves, obviously, but leaves Carlton alone, which, considering you know about his anxiety, a terrible idea.
Terrible.
Jeffrey
He's
noted,
definitely fumbling the ball with Carlton this season.
yes, for sure, but he only cares about himself. So
They got to make this drug relapse make sense. We got to get all the way there before it happens.
you think we're getting there? You think that's happening?
Absolutely.
All right.
Nobody staying sober all the way through high school.
Yikes.
Plus,
Jeffrey,
they don't even know he's a junkie. They just think he got anxiety.
he does only have anxiety. That's all it is.
No, he's a junkie also.
No, bro, he has anxiety.
He is a drug addict.
How dare you compare anxiety to having an addiction? What is wrong with you?
No, he has both. He has anxiety, and he also really, really likes drugs.
That's fucked up, Marcus. I thought better of
Okay.
you. Jeffrey notices Phil is working late again, and Phil offers G a drink. There's an awkward tension in the room, and Phil wants to make sure that G is happy, which he states that he's only doing his job. Speaking of which, apparently James is having after-hour meetings at the firm. We'll see what happens.
So I ain't know nothing about no meetings.
Yeah. Yep.
That's why.
All right. Carlton walks up to Yasmin super awkwardly. Seems like the thing you would want to do quickly and quietly to minimize potential embarrassment, but okay. Drew tells Carlton that he should just take the L and move on, and I was almost convinced for a second that he was going to call Carlton by the wrong name. He seemed like Will so much in that moment. I thought he was going to call him like Charles or some shit. I'm like, oh, you're just doing the thing that Will does to you. That's kind of fucked up.
Yo, fam, ain't you nicking on Lisa? Why are you in my face, bro? Go elsewhere. Are you even watching this happen right now? Move. Mind your business.
Facts.
Yeah, you gonna mind it in a minute, though.
Seems like for a fun, chill time that they were all having after the really tense moment of the protest, Drew picked a real strange time to want to call out Carlton since they're all just having fun here. Like,
And bring everybody else into it. He couldn't just have his conversation with Carlton. He had to start screaming, telling everybody, hey, look, it's Carlton,
Facts.
the turncoat, Benedict Arnold over here.
Maybe he's mad at Will and looking to take his anger out on Carlton, but that's a bit much. Nonetheless, his line about sucking Miss Basson's dick to get the Founders Award was absolutely nuts.
He didn't say that. He did not say
He
that.
literally said that. I'm not joking. I didn't say it, I quote. He literally said that. You didn't hear that?
You're not joking?
Do you not remember him saying that?
He said he was sucking Miss Baskin's dick?
Yes!
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. You didn't hear that? That's why Carlton got pissed off.
Fam, he said sucking her dick.
If I could pull up a clip of it, I would show you. Yes.
I'm about to rewatch it after this. I don't know if I heard that or not.
He definitely said that.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying. It was fucking nuts.
You know what? I think I was too busy telling Carlton to hit him. I was too busy telling, like, man, hit him, Carlton. Just hit him. Hit him now. Hit him. And then he did it.
Hit him right after that.
Hey!
Nathan Moore confirmed. Yes, he did. See?
Wow.
He said that shit.
Wow.
Which I thought was
cash.
even crazier because I'm like, Bel Air wouldn't say some shit like that, but
That's nuts. He was talking big. Yeah, he was feeling good.
Yeah.
He was like, Will just left. I rode with Lisa here. I'm gonna take her home. Let me get these jokes off on Carlton before we go home real fast. He was feeling great.
So after Carlton whoops his ass, it would seem Drew has lost twice. No, wait. 3 times because Lisa ends up leaving with Carlton. So Will makes fun
and
of
they
you.
laughed about how you got your ass beat all the way home. Oh, it's over. It's over, Big Drewski.
Will
it's
disrespected
over
you.
with.
Will disrespected you. Carlton whips your ass, and then your girl that you
You
like
lost to the
left with him.
whole family. You lost to the whole fam. Go hang it up. Find another one. Leave Lisa alone. Let her sit there until Will come back. You know what I'm saying? It's over with for you.
All he had to do was not tell Carlton to take a L, and he wouldn't have taken 3 that night. I just thought that was hilarious.
Jesus.
Okay, regardless, Carlton finally admits to everyone the real reason as to why he didn't end up giving the speech, leaving Yasmin speechless, and not to mention people with something to record on their phones, which I was like, Jesus Christ, really? That we gotta record this?
Whole ass emotional moment.
For what it's worth, there are a lot of Asian and Hispanic looking people at the BSU event. I was like, are we just filling in with just random extras? I thought this was a BSU event.
Maybe they didn't have enough black extras.
That's the only thing I can use to explain that. All right, Lisa comes out and apologizes to Carlton for what happened, and Carlton remarks, Lisa to the rescue, just like the good old days. She then admits Carlton beat bro's ass. He then offers her a ride, and for a second, I didn't know that he was talking about with his car. I thought he was about to get some skins.
Nah.
I thought.
I don't think they have the time to revisit that. That was for a whole nother arc with Will and Carlton over Lisa that we've already been through. We've already hashed it. They've already decided. I don't waste another season doing the whole love triangle thing between Will, Carlton, and Lisa. We did that already. Mm-hmm. We did that. So they're friends now, and they're able to be around each other without it being an issue. And I think they understand that if she was ever to get with a Banks man, it'll probably be the Banks adjacent man from now on, and not Carlton.
Fair enough. Will pulls up to the Y and notices homegirl dancing, and I think they want me to believe that the music is coming from a speaker, but I'd like to believe that she was in there dancing without any music, and that they just kind of added that music in post. It just seemed like
it would have been the most hilarious thing in the world after all of that. It was looking all emotional and intense, and he was just like, "Yo, what are you dancing to?"
I don't see any AirPods in your ear. I thought, maybe you're listening to headphones, but I don't hear anything.
You just make it up as you go. Okay.
Will claps and applauds her dancing, and she claims she didn't notice him. Bullshit. She set that up.
Right. She spun around the damn door like 3 times. Like, she asked him, how long have you been standing? You know exactly how long you've been there. You saw him.
Like, come on, stop it.
Stop playing.
She then claims that while she may be good, she's still a long way from Juilliard. Will comes to the conclusion that she works at Zenith part-time during the day, dances at the Y at night. She then admits that she dances 15 hours a week, which I assume that to mean that her uncle puts her on the pole on top of pimping her out to high school recruits. But she does all this while maintaining a 3.8 GPA and taking 3 AP classes.
So you mean you taking people NIL money in perpetuity and you got her working in the gym? I mean, I would say, oh, that's cool, you teaching her hard work, except you scam for a living. So no, you're not teaching her nothing about no hard work.
Facts.
He sounded more and more like a grimy uncle.
Will heads to the speaker and attempts to play some music, and at this point, I don't know who gets more product placement on the show, Simply Spiked or Sweetie.
They did mention Sweetie again, didn't they?
I really don't know who gets more.
Probably Simply by contract.
For sure. Will does his best impression of Omarion in the Touch video while Back to the Streets by Sweetie is playing. Jackie makes fun of him, but then comes back with terrible dance moves of her own. They then kiss for the first time. That was a corny scene, for what it's worth. I thought we were, what's that movie with Channing Tatum? Step Up to the Streets? I thought you were about
to say Magic Mike. I was like,
no.
Got going on, brother.
Anyway, moving on.
It was definitely like a step up moment, though.
You know what I mean? They cut to Coco naming Muslim Snapple top facts, and it was seen that she is doing the absolute most. That's what she's doing.
Telling myself, I was like, just eat, girl. Just eat. Just eat the food. Stop talking. She was doing so well. Mom said she liked you. Dad gave you some dap in front of her. That's always a good sign.
Yeah.
Your dad or your uncles or somebody like that give you some dap while she there.
I see you
That's
out
a good sign.
I see you.
She erased all of that work in like 3 sentences. Oh yeah, and then you're named after the prophet, and then I really like how you guys fast. It's like in Ramadan. Shut up. Trying to eat dinner.
Whew. They cut to Coco.
But you know what's funny?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
You know what I got from that?
What?
That was almost an exact characters. I don't know why I can't say characterization. There we go. An exact characterization of how the Miss Marvel series went. I know we off topic. I know we're not talking MCU right now, but what Coco did is almost a reenactment. It was, she obviously cares a lot, right? Or else she wouldn't have went through the trouble of learning all of that, or dressing the way she did, or even suggesting that she meets them in the first place. So obviously there's care there, and there's good intentions. We all know what they say about the road to hell, and she tried so hard to tell everybody how down she was, and how I'm not gonna say that word because that shit pisses me off.
Woke.
How down she was, right? Shut up. It ends up almost going to the point of offense. Like, you're so gooberish in your thirst to try to let us know, oh, I know everything Muslim, right? You're turning me off. This Marvel series, right? They tried very hard because they obviously cared about all the aesthetic around Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan.
Mm-hmm.
But you focused on it so much that it turned people off. It was just too much for what they were expecting to get.
For
What they were expecting to get from you was just a girl at dinner, not a historian.
Facts. No. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Jesus Christ. No. Nope, it is me doing a live.
What up, Leighton?
A live podcast. Anyway, William Moloch says Nia Long dating Carlton is stuck in my head now, which is effectively what's happening here.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Which, fam? What are we talking about here? Ain't no way. Maybe Carlton, after he inherits the bank's endowment, like his inheritance,
which doesn't happen in the show.
Like,
so,
maybe then.
We don't know.
But
what
not high school, college Carlton.
Yeah. All right. So they cut to Coco naming Muslim Snapple top facts, and it would seem that she is doing the absolute most, while Jazz's parents are just trying to eat. I don't know that this would have been that jarring of a scene if it wasn't for the fact that literally the last time we saw them, she was doing amazing, and then all of a sudden cuts.
Yeah, she was doing great. And it's like all of a sudden she just started talking, and it all went to shit.
And it's like she had like the Muslim Wikipedia page for Islam written on her hand. They're not their religion, fam. Relax.
It wasn't even natural conversation. It was literally like, hey, let me teach you about
your religion.
Muslims. Let me teach you about Pakistan. Let me teach you. We're not here to learn. We're here to eat dinner.
For what it's worth.
Or watch superhero content. Either way.
For what it's worth, I wrote the Islamic Wikipedia page before he then said it later on the episode.
He was like an Islamic. That's a good one. Islamic Wikipedia.
James from the law firm walks into Uncle Phil's office at his house with Jeffrey right behind him. And maybe Snowfall...
Yeah, first of all, you're not about to just be summoning me nowhere, fam. Okay?
You know?
Relax.
Maybe Snowfall is having an adverse effect on me because James feels like Teddy's pop being handed to Franklin, like be with her mom. It just felt like that. I was like, oh, shit. Uncle Phil about to take a knife to him.
You gonna smack him, Phil? Smack him. Do it. Let me see.
Oh, shit.
Let me see your dark side.
Yikes. James admits that he's been holding meetings with people to essentially sell the firm because they took a hit when Phil dipped out on them. Unless Phil can pull a miracle, it seems everybody is all in on selling the firm.
Yikes. You know what I thought about, though, when he did this? Homeboy got all them NIL contracts that he's getting paid for, right? And he got these loose-ass, scandalous-ass contracts. Immediately, what I thought about was, you take on the work negotiating the NIL contracts for the AAU team's players. That's revenue. They all making money. They're all talented players, right? Because Doc is the number one yada yada, whatever
Yeah.
he is. So, boom, instant revenue for the firm, and you don't have to sell the firm that you helped build.
Is that a prediction? Are you willing to put it on the books?
I don't know because it didn't seem after he went and gave him the contract and the money. It kind of seemed like that was it.
Yeah, no, that's facts. K Dot is back in the chat. What's good, boy? What's good, my guy?
What up, Doc?
Will and Carlton discuss Carlton whooping Drew's ass. And Carlton says, and I quote, "Drew punk ass deserved that shit. Fuck around with Big C, you gonna find out."
I don't think he said that.
He said that verbatim. Did you miss that part too? You missed that one?
No,
too?
he said he deserved
Nathan
that
Moore
shit.
in the chat. Please tell him that he actually said that. Apparently, the BSU is talking about mental health in the chat that Carlton, for whatever reason, wasn't invited to, I guess. So now everybody knows that Carlton is spearheading this.
Also a little cringy because ain't no way we talking about anything about mental health. Yeah, you did your little thing, you had your speech, and now we feel sorry for you, but we definitely talking about that fight, fam. Definitely posting all the angles of the fight, and that is going to be the majority of the conversation. Ain't gonna be no. Oh, I also have anxiety. Oh, I have ADHD. Oh, I got
no. Here comes me in the chat posting a gif of homeboy getting his ass whooped. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm sorry.
You're dragging homeboy all day until he cries.
Facts.
That's exactly what's about to happen.
Shoo. Will made Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv breakfast, and they seem pleased. Strange that they mentioned that Carlton has never done that before, because that makes me feel like they should probably pick this up as a plot from Will immediately. They kind of do, but not immediately. OG Uncle Phil would have cracked a joke like, "This breakfast looks good, Will, but you're not going to Zenith, whatever it's called." He would have said some shit like that. He would have called that out immediately.
Would have known exactly what was going on.
And then he would have took the toast and then walked out the door. That's what OG
would have
done. Will tells him that he'll do whatever he needs to do to play for Zenith, including getting 2 jobs, which going to school, playing for Zenith, which how much it sounds like they train and do all sorts of shit, and 2 jobs does not sound possible. Just throwing that out there.
He's in high school. What are you even talking about, Will? But now he's so damn desperate. Well, shit, let me go talk to him, man. What are you talking about?
Uncle Phil says yes to Will playing with Zenith, which is heartwarming and all, but what about that contract, my guy?
Oh, tore it up.
Well,
got all up in there with that red pen.
We know that now, but I did not know that.
Kind of addendums. Amendments.
Further proof that I write these as I'm watching the scenes. Just for anybody who doesn't think that I wrote that Wikipedia joke before Jazz said it. Which, by the way, Coco and Jazz start pillow talking about how Coco almost blew it. I promise that I did not steal the Muslim Wikipedia joke from Jazz. I write these as I see them. See, my notes even say it literally as I saw it.
Oh my God.
Jazz admits that he felt nervous because they're different, but Coco asks if maybe they might be too different, which is a strange question to ask because literally never played a part in your relationship until now.
Well, but now it's awkward with her parents. So, like, is that going to be something that keep going? You know what I'm saying? Is that something that's going to linger on?
If you let it, yeah, of course it will probably rear its ugly head when you.
But then also, she's not what she presented at that dinner naturally. They're going to have to see her without her, her job.
As long as she doesn't make another cooking video without her clothes on, I think she'll be okay.
You think that's going to come back up? Because Homeboy still got that shit. He still has that stuff. He still has her content from when she was in the house.
It could.
I can absolutely see a scenario where she gets the Simply deal done.
Karuchi has the information now.
She gets the Simply deal done. Karuchi gets mad. She leaks that. Her parents see it. Jazz's parents see it. He's like, "Oh, you can't be with her. Jezebel. Shame her." And then it's all messed up. So she's probably nervous about who she is for the other 99% of the time and not just who she was for Jazz's parents today.
Absolutely. I can see it. We'll see. Ashley's reading a book. Will pulls up and says that he's decided that Ashley can't give up, which was really weird dialogue, the way they said it. But I think what he meant is that the family looks up to her, hopeful spirit, and since she's down in the dumps about causing a bunch of bullshit that she didn't even cause, that she should cheer back up. That's what I
And
got.
then
That's
then
how I got.
then then the happiness came from the Black Lives Matter flyer. Like he handed her a folder full of flyers. Fam, come on now. Let's turn the cringe dial down to like at least 5. We at an 8 right now.
They're woke, fam.
We are at an 8.
They're woke. Let them be woke.
Hey, fam, if you don't quit saying that shit,
They
me
are
and you
woke.
gonna have a Royal Rumble
They are woke.
on
Let
live
them
on
be
YouTube
woke.
stream.
Let them be woke.
Not saying that shit.
Carlton looks at his phone at the text thread him and Yasmin had, which was interesting because it included her sending him photos, which gave me the vibe that they might have been closer than I expected. Regardless, he deleted the thread.
Damn, dog. What? You back in it, baby. You back in it, baby.
Nah, he
But
don't need her.
maybe it was because she hadn't reached out since then. He thought it was already over with, so he just asked it.
He don't need her. He got Lisa.
You think that's what it is? You think he thinks he's back in there with Lisa? Fam.
They were about to jump each other's bones on the car. So
No, they weren't. They weren't. She made him feel better because he had an explosion. He had an episode.
she did make him feel better because he had an explosion. All right.
Okay, time to wrap it up. It's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, it is time to wrap it up, Carlton.
No, I actually wouldn't like that. It's gonna be a huge distraction if Will and Carlton start fighting over Lisa again.
Sure.
We just don't need to rehash that. And I don't think that's where we're going either.
Well, Will does have his own girl, so
No, after he finds out that she's a floozy and a skeezer and a lying, scamming two-timer.
Yeah. We'll see.
A cheat.
Doc is on the phone, and Phil and Will walk into the office. Phil admits that while he still don't trust that nigga, it's Will's decision to make. Phil hands Doc the contract and the fee, and the contract has noticeable red mark amendments. Doc asks, and Phil states that he'll still receive what he considers to be a generous cut. Doc and Phil agree. After noticing the no grind, no grit, no greatness sign on Doc's door, a quote that Will used at breakfast, it would seem that he's a bit hesitant again. Jackie comes in to see what all the commotion is after they left, and Uncle Doc explains that Will got to where he needed to get to with help from his number one niece, Ho.
They didn't say that. Why are you always adding spice onto the line?
I didn't say he said that. I'm just saying he did get to where he needed to get to, and she is...
I mean, it was very convenient, right? Every time Will showed up to speak to Doc, she was there. Every single time. Even the initial time when he tried to meet him up at the park,
yeah,
she was there. And she popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah, because she is his number one niece, Ho.
You got to stop. I'm getting vibes that like maybe she's not actually related to Doc. Like he helped her early in life.
You know what's crazy is for 1 second I thought she was going to go around the desk and kiss him, and then it was going to turn out that she's not his niece.
Hey, you! I don't think the age demographic can handle that. I don't think that's where we are. That's some power. That's some power stuff.
All right,
because this girl's in high school.
A
high school student, so you would be putting a high school student with a 40-year-old man and explaining what the hell's
she
going
did
on.
say AP. Okay, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
But I expected that.
I don't think
for what it's worth. I just didn't think about that aspect of it. It is, but I did expect that, and maybe I'm just watching too much Power.
Yes,
because Rock would have done that
watching
shit.
Too much Power.
Rock would have done that shit. 1,000%. All right. Any other thoughts on Bel Air season 2, episode 4?
Oof. Okay. So going forward, definitely gonna prove to be the wrong thing to do to let Doc in and let him coach Will. I think that's gonna prove to be a problem very quickly. The next question I'm asking is, how long does it take Will to find out that Lisa was a plant, essentially, and how mad does he get when it actually, comes out? And then, prediction. Urgh.
I'm trying to see if I can find... Okay, all right. For what it's worth, they released a clip of episode 4 before it came out, So maybe I'll start releasing Bel Air clips as well on top of Snowfall trailers. But they weren't doing that for the first 3, and so I don't have anything for 5 yet. I won't have anything until Wednesday. I'm trying to see if there is any kind of synopsis, but I'm not seeing anything. Not for episode 5 yet.
I am predicting that Jeffrey is being weird.
I was
being
looking
weird
at the phone. I'm like, did
because
he just stop at Jeffrey as being weird? Of course we know that.
he's working with the partners for something. I don't think it's Fred. I don't think it's Lou. I think it's the partners. You know why I'm thinking about that? Why the hell did this man go with Jeffrey? You can talk tough all you want. Are you going to shoot me or assault me in the streets?
Yeah, no.
Okay, then I'm leaving. Why did he show up with Jeffrey? With Jeffrey doing all the shady stuff he's doing right now, you showing up with somebody who I also don't trust doesn't make me feel very secure. I don't feel good.
It almost, like, if it wasn't Bel Air, I feel like he would have had a gun to bro's back. Like, yeah, get in office. Talk to Uncle Phil. Just saying. If this show were just a little bit more adult, it would have a lot of the same tropes.
Ooh.
And maybe
but I don't think we're gonna ever get into like any killing or anything like that.
But maybe that's what makes this so much more. And I'm gonna be honest, there are some misses with Bel Air, but like maybe that's what makes it a little bit more refreshing to deal with, because it's
because it's not going the way you expect it to most of the time.
Yeah,
yep, for sure.
They can't lean on those same tropes, so
yep.
It's at least a nice breath of fresh air, even if it isn't always the best, even if it is sometimes cringy how they deal with things.
I will say that revenge is the only archetype that they haven't touched on just yet.
Yeah.
So if they play a long game with Jeffrey, they are definitely laying the blocks very well right now, because we're a little bit confused on what's going on.
Agreed. If you guys have anything in the chat to discuss about Bel Air Season 2, Episode 4, or your thoughts on what's coming up with 5, feel free to drop them in the chat. William Moloch says Carlton is going to get Will's new girlfriend too, because he Big C. Anybody fucking with Big C?
Yeah,
fuck around and find out.
Y'all just think Carlton about to start pulling everything, huh?
Yeah.
Apparently.
He is going to watch some Manosphere videos. He is going to become a high-value man.
He's a goner.
And he is going to take both of Will's girls.
Who's going to be Sneeko?
Well, Sneeko doesn't know the difference between mags and clips. And that's why Penguins pulled up.
Oh, we have to talk about that on the pod on Sunday.
Gladly, because that shit was hilarious.
Oh my God, homeboy, embarrassing himself.
Bro pulled out an assault rifle like, yeah, this is a mag, not a clip. Out of nowhere. Like, all right, bro, I see you. All right, any other thoughts about episode 5?
That's it for me, man.
Episode 4, sorry.
Episode 4. You asking me or the people?
No, nobody else in the chat. Oh, Power is dropping literally tonight at 12. And I would assume so is the other show that we were reviewing, which the name I forget. Oh, Swarm. Swarm
is tonight at 12 as well?
I think it's at 12. Swarm might be different because it's on Amazon Prime time. Or Amazon. Okay. It's on Amazon Prime, so it might just be different.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no. Power is dropping at 12 o'clock. So
maybe I'll watch. We'll see.
You watch. You watch.
I'm gonna watch. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it tonight, but we'll see.
You watch. Any other thoughts about? I already said that. I guess.
Yeah, you was about to ask me for the third time if I had any more thoughts. You don't have any more thoughts? We love you all. Thanks for joining us in the chat. Come back next Thursday, 7 o'clock on the dot. We doing Usher time for the rest of the season.
You love that little tidbit.
Yeah.
We got 12 people in the chat, so shout out to everybody. William Moloch, K-Dot.
For sure.
I think it's still in there. Nathan Moore probably still in here. So shout
everybody
out to
like the chat for us, please. And if you're on the Rewatch crew, make sure you drop your comments as well.
Is it Rewatch crew or Rewind game?
Rewind game, rewind the rewinders, the rewound. Those people.
The rewound?
You guys.
The rewinders? The Clock Stoppers.
Clock Stoppers is an underrated classic.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Underrated classic.
All right. On that note, I guess we are out.